was bad. That was also bad. I have rings on. I don't want to hurt myself with the rings. Danny, has animation gone too far?
Has it? Holy shit. Have
magnetic.
ghosts gone too far?
It's magnetic. Just close it all the way. Yeah, just get
that
it.
was spooky.
Just get it all the way up in there.
Never just silently point behind me.
He's here.
Yeah. Never hit me with a ghost.
Listen, there's enough doors in this house that we could do the Scooby-Doo running montage. That's kind of all I want. Yeah. Has animation gone too far?
In what regard?
The GTA 6 trailer came out.
Yeah.
And people are befuddled.
Because it's woke liberal bullshit?
About time we started having that conversation. But also because there's a scene in the GTA 6 trailer where there's a, we'll call it a well-endowed black woman on top of a car, just shaking her gluteus maximus.
Yeah.
And people have begun to wonder, one, we know we use mocap for all of this, so... Who is she? Because we wanted to congratulate her for you to congratulations on being it's so impressive you got on top of that car. We want a self-congratulatory lap for her. Also, how far has animation come?
There's no way they've got mocap ping pong balls all up and down her ass.
That was not CGI Jiggle.
There's no way she was mocap.
You cannot listen. There's not enough physics in Unreal Engine 5 to capture how much jiggle we were dealing with there.
So yeah, GTA Thick did get a trailer.
It did.
Got that ass thick.
And you know what? And I'm gonna boycott it because Franklin's not in the game, because Michael's not in the game, because Trevor's not in the game. That's a real take I've seen going around. People are being like,
"That's crazy."
We don't see Franklin, Michael, or Trevor. It's like, yeah, motherfucker.
That's so funny.
When have we seen any of the other characters from previous GTAs in the next one?
Yeah, where it was Nikolai or whatever his name was in 5.
Driving a cab in fucking Los Santos. What's going on here?
That's so funny. I haven't heard that take, but that's uniquely stupid.
Oh, it's very dumb.
I've heard. So first off, with the woman, yeah, it is GTA Thick. Got that ass thick. Everyone's so thick and hot.
Yeah.
This is my new Zom 100, the live action movie, where I'm like, what's going on? Why is this the hottest minute and a half I've ever seen?
Oh, listen, I've had hotter minute and a halves, but usually there's a woman there with me. So this GTA 6 was a unique solo experience.
Yeah, for sure. But apparently a lot of those moments, like the girl on the hood of the car, the dude getting the gator out of the swimming pool, the dude with the tattoos, the mugshot, those are all actual real life Florida instances. They're all actual viral videos.
That happened from Florida.
Yes.
And they just animated them?
Yeah, they just animated them. They're real life counterparts to all of it. You know what's funny though?
So she is real.
In the game, she's a lot thicker.
What do you? Oh, yeah, absolutely. They definitely
did go nuts on it. Yeah, I haven't heard that take about Franklin and such. I have heard people being like, GTA's gone woke. There isn't a single white person in the trailer. The lead protagonist is a Latina woman.
Isn't her boyfriend white?
Her boyfriend's super white.
Okay.
Also, I don't know, it looked like Florida to me.
Yeah,
just kind of looked like the world.
Yeah, Florida, well known for being a racial homogeny. It's not all white people. Orlando, pretty white. Yeah. But go to Miami, which Vice City is based off, it's half Cuban.
Yeah.
You could throw a rock hard enough and hit Cuba.
Yeah.
And if you do, the Marlins will probably pick you up.
It's also funny because when I first saw the trailer, which I guess we're just getting right into, that's our cold open.
Yeah. Hello.
When I first saw the trailer, because Red Dead Redemption 2, very good game. Love that game. Great story. And Red Dead Redemption 1, what, you don't like it?
I couldn't get past the intro. You're just slogging through the snow for 4 hours.
It's a thinking man's game.
So boring.
It's a real Italian biscotti of a game.
And then I got through the intro, and then it was you have to make sure you don't get fat and your horse poops, and you gotta smoke cigarettes to make time go slow. I was so bored.
It's a fucking Nick's upset you had to be a cowboy in the cowboy game.
It was too realistic. All right, I played. I'm gonna get up on my high horse. I'm gonna get up on my giraffe, my 2 horses for this.
Get on your couple horses.
Oh, I'll get on 3 horses.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. All right.
Oh boy.
I play video games to escape reality. All right, but when I pop into Red Dead Redemption 2, I get it. good storytelling. You know, you get to be a cowboy, baby.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Fucking enjoy yourself. I don't care. But I don't want realism.
No,
I don't want like, oh, I gotta beat tuberculosis, and oh, if you eat too much, you're gonna get fat, and then you're slow, and you better put your jacket on because you're in the cold temperatures. Fuck off.
It's such fake realism. Like, it's not like you're gonna get like a diabetes debuff if you don't watch your health.
Die. That's too realistic.
Horses die.
No.
No,
they don't. They're immortal.
I think Red Dead Redemption does a tasteful amount of like the realism flavor because it's just flavor, right? So also in video game news, fuck, this is gonna be a big video game episode.
Game day coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready.
Pod knife, oh boy!
This is Otakus. I mean, video game. What do you call people who play video games? Gamers Anonymous.
Gamers Anonymous.
That's definitely
That's
already
gotta be a
taken.
thing. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's okay. Wow, a lot to backtrack and unpack. With GTA or with Red Dead Redemption, I think it's a tasteful amount of realism flavor text because in Red Dead, it's just like, oh, your horse has balls that drop in the summer, or like you get a little fatter if you eat more, you get skinnier if you don't eat more. It doesn't really like impact much.
You shave your beard? I have to wait 2 weeks to get a beard again.
That's fun.
No.
You drink beard tonic. Your beard grows faster. That's fun shit. But then you have a game like Starfield, which people are like bashing for being like quote unquote boring because half the planets are barren wastelands.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing to do. And that's boring.
And there's loading animations to get into planets and out of planets.
Yeah, and there's loading animations, this and that. Like, the Red Dead realism stuff is easily ignorable and kind of, like, therapeutic. Like, you hunt an animal, you watch a little cutscene of him skinning it, you're just chilling out. You're just vibing with nature.
You and your cowboy, and there's another man there, and you don't want to kiss him, but you can't quit him.
Yeah, it's like lo-fi beats the game, and then Starfield is like, where's the game?
Yeah.
So I think that's like my definition of the difference between like good realism and bad realism. I think like there needs to be if you're doing realism, give me shit to do still. Yeah. At least.
I think Red Dead 2 came out around the time that I started giving up on one-player games. Like it was out at the time of my life where I really got into PvP, and like I haven't gotten out of PvP
That's
since.
fair.
And I just like genuinely, the only reason I played Elden Ring is because I was streaming it and it was huge. And also I love the Soulsborne's game, but I was like, all right, the second I stopped streaming and the second I stopped, I still haven't beaten Elden Ring. I got to the final. I got to the Elden Beast. Yeah, I got to the Elden Beast, and I haven't gone back.
I've done that with almost every Souls game. I got to the last boss, never beat it. Yeah.
It's not that I like lost to him. I just never went in.
Well, in your defense too, at least the Souls games are like, there's never a second where you aren't doing content. Yeah. Like Red Dead's like, you want to get to Valentine? Hop on this train. It's only 15 real-world minutes to get there. Like,
and I just can't do that. Like there was there's fast travel, right?
There's
but like
fast
it
travel,
takes a while to unlock all of it. I was fucking I was so out.
But with Red Dead or with GTA 6, right? Trailer came out, and it's funny that people are like, it's woke, it's this, it's that, it's gonna be liberal bullshit. Because when I saw the trailer, or before seeing it,
because Rockstar like historically liberal.
Well, that's what I like. Rockstar is like it's satirical. Like they're like South Park. They're like probably actually liberal, but they're satirical towards everyone. Yeah. But like before I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, GTA 5, real edgy. Grand Theft Auto's known for being edgy, and I like some edgy shit. Red Dead 2 isn't very edgy at all. Which it doesn't need to be.
Which, like, Wild West, they're not going to be like, I think I should keep my guns. And it's like, yeah, man, there's fucking bears.
Well, it doesn't need to be, but it didn't have that, like, rock star, like, over the top controversy shit. And so I was like, oh, man, I wonder if GTA's, like, gonna be a little tamer. Saw the trailer, it seemed pretty untamed. You're doing, like, shocking and realistic looking police raids. There's like naked women
with hammers.
Yeah,
and, like,
with hammers and shit.
Yeah, it'd be like the neighborhood watch. There's like Florida gators being caught.
Yeah, like it looks pretty like controversial and intense.
Yeah.
Like people are just freaking out for nothing.
Ridiculous. It's going to be very good, except unless they try to make people pay like by the minute to play it or some shit. Have you heard about them like being like, oh, we need to figure out another pricing model because it took so long and it was so expensive to make. Fucking just make it $80. like what? A billion people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Make it $80.
I know. People would still buy it at $80. Apparently it cost like, hold on, let me fact check this.
How much it costs to make? I mean, it's not even done yet. It's not coming out till 2025.
Well, yeah, but like we still know like how much
it's
the budget is.
Roughly to
How much
cost.
do you think it costs to make?
I'm going to say $6 billion.
$6 billion.
Am I over the line there? You don't think GTA, how much do you think GTA 5 is made?
Like more than our U.S. defense.
Like legitimate. All right, so how much money has GTA 5 made? $8 billion. $8 billion with a B.
That's an insane amount
GTA
of
5
money.
will make more than that.
How much? No, I'm saying how much do you think it costs to make GTA 6?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do you think the budget is? Not how much will it
I'm
make?
reading right now that it costs $200 million to make
5. Yeah. How much do you think 6 made?
It's got to be $500 million.
Allegedly. Please stay with it. Potentially marketing as most of it. Yeah. Allegedly, it cost $2 billion to make GTA 6.
Oh, no.
That's a crazy amount of money.
Oh, no.
I didn't know anything entertainment-wise.
We're going to be playing that game for 2 decades. Oh, no.
They're never making a 7.
My children, I will have kids. I like 2 decades. I think I'll have kids in high school by the time GTA 7 comes out.
It's so like, because I don't love like game prices raising and stuff or like live services, but I think gamers get a little too intense with it where they're like, oh, they're trying to monetize this game. Fuck you. Like, they spent $2 billion on this game. There's only like so many people who are gonna buy it.
That being said, they did make $7.5 billion profit on 5. So
that is a lot of money. I didn't anticipate.
So much money.
Yeah.
So like if they made $8 billion on GTA 4, I mean a lot of that's because of live and people buying money so that they can like get their newest car.
That's all over.
Like I don't know how much of it was in game sales, but there's going to be live for 6.
Yeah,
and it took them 13. It's going to take them what 15 total years to get GTA like from GTA 4 to GTA 5.
Yeah,
or 5 to 6.
Yeah.
So like 15 years of expenditures. Yeah, no, you're going to make that money back.
No,
you're
going
to make $2 billion back.
It fucking allegedly, if it costs $2 billion, it will be the most expensive entertainment product ever.
Like movies included?
Like ever, yeah.
That makes sense. Why would a movie ever cost $1 billion to make?
No, it has never. Usually like the most expensive movies cost like 500 grand.
No.
Yeah.
500 million.
Yes, 500 million.
500 grand. I was like, oh, so we can go make Infinity War right now? Like, let's go fucking do the thing.
No, 500 million.
Let's go.
Okay. Back at it. What'd you think of the trailer? Good?
So sick.
Pretty sick. I was really excited. Not coming out to 2025, but what are you going to do?
I think I'll play it.
Yeah.
I think I'll play it.
Yeah.
I genuinely
think?
I think. Because it's like the GTA 5 like campaign was what? 40 hours?
Yeah.
I'll
like have to break up with my girlfriend, right?
Like, or at least like some time and space.
Yeah.
Like the mega bed's gonna have to get a little bit more mega, you know, like put a desk in between the two beds.
I'm gonna have to like fake my own kidnapping or something. Find the time.
I bet you relationships are ended over GTA 6. I guarantee you, if somebody's like, it's like when Christmas is around the corner and you don't really like the person you're with, and you're like, oh, I really don't want to get them a present. So it's like, all right, let's break up with them before Christmas so we don't have to like sync them up. You've never heard of this?
What are you talking about?
Absolutely does this happen.
Don't act like this is like, oh, the old break up before Christmas.
1000%. No. I will be defended in the comments. If you have ever been with somebody you didn't like leading into a holiday, their birthday, a time when you would have to buy them something, did you leave them because you didn't want to buy them something? Tell me in the comments below.
Why are you with someone if you don't like them enough to get them a gift?
Happens all the time. All the time.
Crazy.
All right, Danny, you would never understand this.
Okay.
Because you have 2 feelings.
Okay.
Complete and total anguish.
Yeah.
And empathy. but like borderline not empathy.
Yeah.
Like
I was going to say, where's that one coming from?
like so like you have like cohabitation
Yeah.
and burning desire hatred.
Yes.
Those are your two settings.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
there's
go
no
from neutral to rage.
yeah, there's no in between with
That's
you.
my
So
spectrum.
you can never be with somebody that you didn't kind of like. If you're ever with somebody, you're like, all right, this works.
Yeah.
You're like, this is warm. It's cozy. But like if you have a full spectrum of emotions, like 99% of the humanity, then you can be with somebody and you'd be like, oh, I like some things about them, but also she kicked down the door of my house at 2 a.m. hammered and decided that we're eating hummus and French fries, and then she's gonna try and stab me with a wine bottle. But boy, oh boy, is the sex good.
Sarah also has a wine bottle story.
What, like where she
the
tried
hell?
where she tried to be stabbed with a wine bottle?
No, she was dating someone who got attacked with a wine bottle by their ex.
Yes. Oh. I
Yeah.
was me. I'm the.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the,
you. Yeah, maybe. I guess so.
Stabbing. That's why I keep the pod knife close.
Yeah, I guess so.
So there's just some people in your life that I could date anybody for 3 months.
So you said.
I could be with any human being under the sun for 3 months. And go, you know what? He's got a nice the mustache not going around the whole lip. It's kind of cute. It's kind of it's unique. Who
Right.
else? Charlie Chaplin's doing it. He had it first. You know,
A generous and reasonable amount of time. 3 months.
3 months. You know, you figure somebody out, you feel them out. You know, you don't get into that like boring period of the relationship, and then you realize you hate the person, and then Christmas is right around the corner, and that's your catalyst.
I would just never set up, like if I know I'm giving someone a 3-month window, that 3 months cannot start in October. I won't have it. You know?
Fair.
Like every relationship starts, like my date cutoff in that scenario would be
So
September?
If you're single by September,
Yeah.
winter's alone.
Yeah, exactly.
We're sheltering
we just
down.
got it. It's just fiscally responsible.
Yeah, we're just hunkered.
Yeah.
I got Dorothy. We made it official in December, 4 years ago.
Congrats.
Our anniversary is in 5 days as of the making of this video. We're going to Disney for our 4-year anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Wow, big stuff. Super romantic. I actually really wanted to go. Anyways, so
Make a lightsaber. That's romantic.
I do want to make a lightsaber. That's a great idea. Anyways, so we had Christmas like 2 weeks after we made it official. So we just didn't get anything for anybody.
right.
And then February comes around. It's Valentine's Day.
Right.
And I'm like,
Ugh.
$100 is the highest I'm going in a 3-month relationship, right? So I got her like this bracelet. I got it from Nordstrom, and I thought it was really cute. It had a little gem. It was silver. Immediately tarnishes. And she was like, this piece of shit jewelry is actually what inspired me to make my jewelry company.
Oh my
so
God.
for the majority of the early TikTok she made, she'd be like, my boyfriend bought me this shit ass bracelet, and now that's what inspired me to find jewelry that doesn't tarnish. And I'm just like,
Damn. I'm the shit ass.
I'm just like, I'm so happy I helped you. Yeah, so yeah, never let anybody into your heart because they'll only hurt you. Live
At
your
least
life.
not in September.
Not in September, yeah. You catch somebody in August?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's
Hey,
go.
Listen, spend Labor Day together?
Big booty August. That's
Big
what they
booty.
call it.
That's why I was born then,
Yeah.
baby. All right, anyways.
All gas August, baby.
All gas August. He's not a good guy though anymore, apparently.
Who?
The all gas no brakes guy?
Oh, that's not what I meant. But yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He went like full right wing too.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, our fake white guy podcast thing. That's what he did.
That's him.
He did the whole
That's
180.
him unironically.
People love that, by the way.
What?
The
Oh
fake
yeah, people do like when we turn into like every
Liberals.
other white. Yeah, people like the liberal bit.
liberals.
I like it too.
I also like
It's
it.
fun.
We should just one podcast where we're like, ha ha, and then like all the right wing people find us and they're like, these guys get it.
Yeah,
And then,
they get it. They know me.
And then they follow us, and the next week
Yeah.
it's like, so your girlfriend pegging you. Everybody does it, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck happened?
It's like we do one episode. We have Dorothy like sitting next to you, and it's like, "How's it going, everybody? I'm Sigma Nick. This is Sigma Dan. Introduce yourself. Shut the fuck up! Holy shit! For once, fellas.
Why did she come at me so hard? Did you guys see that? You
Yeah,
guys
she
see
was
that?
coming at me with a knife. She was coming at me with a knife of words.
God.
Fellas, does your dick not work?
Blue Chew.
Yeah, Blue Chew, baby.
This video is sponsored by Blue Chew.
This video is sponsored by Rhino Horn. Go
Hell
down to your
yeah,
local
baby.
gas station.
The cheaper the pill, the better it works. My penis has not had feeling in 3 years.
But it's hard.
Oh, it's hard. It's actually concerningly hard. I think it might be a tumor. Anyways, this is Otakus Anonymous. I'm Nicholas Connor, also known as NCMer23, also known as the Weeb Commander, and I am joined, per usual, by the person that everybody thought was my boyfriend today, Daniel. Hello.
Who thought that?
I don't know. We're just two fellas. We're just two fellas at a Thursday matinee.
We're two fellas.
All my fellas. It's just one.
Woo!
Aging is realizing you have less friends. That one's less fun.
That's me. I'm Danny.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
A lot of video game news. A lot of anime stuff.
What do you mean a lot of video game news?
A lot of video game stuff happening.
GTA.
GTA, arguably the biggest video game news ever.
Oh yeah, for sure. M&M's in Fortnite.
M&M's in Fortnite, baby.
Yeah, of course. That's huge.
That's hype.
Oh, Lego's in Fortnite. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
They literally Minecraft is now just in Fortnite, but it's Lego. They literally just I shit you not. Fortnite was like, yeah, Minecraft, that looks cool. What if we just make it Lego to get the IP in there and then copy it entirely and make it a creative mode?
Can you break? Oh, weird. It's a mode.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's like a full you just yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Fortnite, but
That's
now it's
crazy.
Minecraft, but it's Lego.
Wow.
Everyone's playing it right now. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy to me about Eminem being in Fortnite? The objectively crazier news.
Okay.
Imagine you're Eminem, Mr. Marshall Mathers, if you will.
Yeah.
You're 51, roughly.
Yikes.
He's old. He's getting there. You're like 51 years old. You look the way you do, like how he does.
Yeah.
And they come to you and they're like, we want to put you in a video game. It's one of the biggest games in the world currently. It's Fortnite. Can we use your likeness and voice lines? You say sure. You log on to the internet like a year later, however long it takes.
Yeah.
News that you're in this video game shows up. You look and it's you 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah,
That's
like,
gotta be
hey,
tough.
remember when you were relevant? Yeah, that's the version that we're putting in.
Meanwhile, Snoop Dogg, current day, is in Call of Duty.
Yep, and also, like, by the way, when we drop you, we're also gonna be dropping Peter Griffin in there to completely overshadow you entering the game.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's gotta be tough to be
It's not
aging.
great. Also, Omni-Man is, like, literally just been put in, and now everyone's just, like, he's ridiculously caked up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, M&M's in the game, M&M's in Fortnite, a lot going on, but me and Danny did go see The Boy and the Heron.
We did.
Which is one of the biggest news of the week. So apparently LA gets early screeners to movies and stuff.
The Boy and the Heron has been out in LA for like 3 weeks. Just for everyone to go to.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah.
But didn't
I texted you like 2 weeks ago.
Didn't Daniel literally, you were like, Daniel went to go see Boy and the Heron.
And then I was like, The Boy and the Heron is out right now. Like November 30th, I told you that.
That was not too, that was like a week.
I was like, oh
Oh my God, it's December 7th.
yeah.
My life is falling apart. Anyways, so me and
saw
Danny
it.
went to go see Boy and the Heron, and it was...
Yeah, wasn't it?
It was,
Yeah, okay.
It was...
Here's the thing. It's the epitome of if you love Hayao Miyazaki films.
Oh, yeah.
You'll love this. Like, it's another one. It's another one.
It is another one.
If you don't, this will not change your mind.
Yeah.
In terms of like the spectrum of Hayao Miyazaki movies, it's like somewhere between like Spirited Away.
I was also putting this, I was ranking it in my head as we were watching it.
In terms of like recommendation, not even like quality, not even like, it's like what the vibe is if someone's like, because all of his movies are so different.
Yeah.
Like Mononoke is very narrative driven. It's very like borderline an action movie. Howl's Moving Castle, very like narrative driven. And then you have like Kiki's Delivery Service, which is just lo-fi beats the movie.
Yeah, actually, it's lo-fi beats Girl, the movie.
This is very close to Spirited Away, but a little slower and looser.
I would say so. Yeah, it's like it's more confusing than Spirited Away, but it's got the same tones.
It's so confusing.
It's very like you will lose the plot a little bit. It all kind of comes together at the end. But basically, should we cover what it's about?
Do non-spoilers first,
Okay.
because it's not out.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it will be out by the time this comes out, because this won't be out
People
for.
might not have. We got a comment on Otakus Anonymous. Someone being like, I only get about 30% through every Otakus Anonymous video because Nick will just start spoiling shit and there's no warning. So
Keep that watch time low, baby.
So from now on, I'm going to be hard on Stank and I'm going to be like, put up a big spoiler
it's a
thing.
Stank thing.
Well, it's both of us.
He's got to watch it
It's both of
first.
you just say spoilers. We've been over this a billion times.
You know I can't.
I know you can.
addicted to it.
Just say spoilers. Stank in any of these thousands of cameras.
There's only 4.
Just only 4.
That's a lot.
Just do a big spoiler thing for the duration of the spoiler so people can scrub through and then they won't have spoilers.
Stank.
Everyone's got to be better.
Yeah, Stank.
Yeah. We could all be better Stanks.
Stank's got to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking loser, man. God, I'm so sick of him.
Anyway, we'll do non-spoilers briefly.
Okay.
What's it?
Non-spoilers.
But also fucking, tell me what it's about, because I don't know.
Well,
you
that's
know?
the thing. I wanted to explain it to you because I figured it out. I cracked the code on all of it. It's not about a heron. I'll tell you that right.
The heron's hardly in
I'll tell you that right fucking now. I don't know how the heron got into the title card, but shouldn't have because oh my god, there's a boy for sure. There's definitely a boy.
100% boy. Should be called all boy all day.
It should be boy in the parakeets is what it should be called, or boy in the extra dimensional space time travel because it's about a boy who
no spoilers still.
Who moves from Tokyo because World War II. It's a World War II. By the way, I wanted to say this before we get into the actual plot of the movie. It checks every Hayao Miyazaki checkbox. There's World War II. Somebody melts. There's the thing where the people run with their arms out on the side.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of arm.
There's someone barreling down a staircase.
Always barreling
us.
down a staircase. It looks exactly like every Hayao Miyazaki film ever. There's a big fire scene.
Yeah.
Love fire.
There's a lot of babushkas.
Yeah, you can tell that Hayao Miyazaki was raised in the era of Tokyo being firebombed. Yeah. So it's like, he's like, oh yeah, there's going to be a big old fire burn thing.
It's so an amalgamation of all of his shit.
Oh yeah.
He loves three things. I figured this out. He loves goop. Loves animating.
I was literally I didn't make any notes because we were in a movie theater, but I was like, nobody makes a glorpier movie than Hayao Miyazaki. Every time somebody steps into something, it just oozes or any blood. Whenever blood shows up in a Hayao Miyazaki
this was goopy blood,
just gushes. Yeah.
They need the dude who's gonna do our official theme song.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Do the soundtrack.
Speaking of soundtracks, though, the movie so quiet.
Pretty quiet.
It's mostly silent.
There's no dialogue in this film.
Yeah.
There is not much dialogue.
Continue. What are the other two things?
Agreeing.
No, glorp.
Gloop.
Yep.
He loves goop.
Yeah.
He loves a lot of multiplicity. He loves a bunch of shit running around.
Yeah.
He loves a bunch of frogs. He loves a bunch of rabbit, a bunch of birds. He loves doing a scene where there's just 30 living things scrambling over each other.
Yeah. He loves that. Just he's the Dr. Seuss of Japan, but also the Walt Disney.
Yeah, he loves that. And then finally, he loves someone just doing a job. You know what I mean? When there's a scene in this where they catch a big fish and they just bring the movie to a grinding halt to be you gotta cut this fish up. And he's just he rolls up the sleeves, cuts this fish. There's a scene where he's making a bow and arrow. And it reminds me so much of Spirited Away is just a movie full of someone just doing jobs.
Yeah.
How Princess Mononoke, there's a bit where he stops in Irontown and is doing the big billow whatever for the furnace.
Yeah, the big the huge footstep thing and they all hold on.
He loves someone just rolling up their sleeves and getting down to work.
There's also always a bow. There's also always a bow. And old people are always gremlins. Oh, they're always big-headed, wart-faced gremlins. And I'm like, Hayao, you're 80. Why are we still drawing every elderly woman a 3-foot tall monster?
He doesn't see old women as people.
They aren't. They're just little it's so funny. The first time that you see what is because it's the same thing with Spirited Away where there's just a massive group of convulsing old women.
Yeah.
There's they dropped the suitcase because the boy and his father have moved into this country home and this group of old women just converges
this
on it.
Fucking rat king of old
and then
women.
There's canned beef in here and they're just I thought it was gone and I was Jesus Christ.
Just a writhing mass of these old little babushkas and they're just
So basically a boy moves to a country town from Tokyo during World War II because him and his father run a factory that's making, I'm assuming, the top part of planes, the glass part of planes.
Yeah, the top of planes.
Yeah, I don't fucking the glass
the
dome,
cockpit,
the cockpit.
Thing,
yeah. And
I'm about to spoil something in 3, 2, 1.
Then he finds a big old tower that apparently has access to multiple different dimensions. Or
one?
No. Multiple.
No? Okay.
Yeah, there's like a multiverse, but
Gotcha.
only because this tower has been dropped in every single dimension.
Okay, Stank definitely put the spoiler warning up. You're so bad.
I'm trying to give the plot.
You're giving the entire plot.
No.
Just give what would be on like the little IMDb log line.
It's about a boy who moves to the countryside, but that's not explaining what the movie's about.
No one wants to know. People want to go see the movie. No one wants to know beat for beat what the movie is.
There's a tower. There's a tower. The heron talks.
Just be like a heron shows up. Okay, here's what the movie's about.
Okay.
Like, spoiler free. Boy's mother dies in a fire.
That's a fucking spoiler.
It happens literally the first scene.
Oh yeah, but you can
It's the plot.
You can wake up, you see him waking up, and you're like, that boy's got a mother, and then boom, now I know he doesn't because Danny told me he didn't.
No.
He was so peaceful when he was asleep. You don't know. Also, his father's like, your mother's hospital is on fire. They're like 2 miles away. How do you know?
True. Like, this boy's mother dies in a fire. He moves in with his father's like new wife or whatever. Take your time.
Should I not?
What? Who's what?
It's.
Is it a spoiler?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Use your common sense.
I don't know anymore.
Would you have wanted to known before seeing the movie?
No, you're right. It is a spoiler.
Okay. Moves in with this woman, then a heron that can speak shows up and says, your mom's alive, I can bring you to her.
Yes.
That's the plot.
That's pretty good.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Stank put a spoiler thing on all of the shit Nick said.
That was a pretty good explanation.
You just say what the first 10 minutes is.
I guess.
You're crazy.
Mine
You're
was
insane.
funner.
I'm just trying to get watch time up.
You know what
I'm
I'm
doing
trying to-
this for the pod.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You know what I was trying to do?
What
I
are
was
you
trying to explain the movie to you because you didn't understand what happened. Now can I do the bit where I explain what happened?
Okay, spoilers.
Yeah.
I
For Boy
guess.
and the Heron.
Go on.
Which, by the way.
No one in the live has seen it. Everyone's gonna leave.
Oh.
That's what I mean. The movie's not out.
We'll talk about it next week.
God damn. Can we talk about it spoiler free? Just what you thought of it?
Well, I wanted to explain to you what happened.
But you don't need to explain it. You can
do you
just
mean?
say what you thought of the movie.
We came out of the movie and you're like, boy, oh boy, do I have no idea what happened.
It's confusing.
Yeah.
We'll talk
I
about that.
understand it.
We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
There's other things we can talk about with the movie.
No. Yeah, I want to put a disclaimer out though. Don't be like me and see this movie after not sleeping well the night before. Like, boy, oh boy, either have an energy drink before watching this movie or literally just sleep well because I was fighting demons, dude. Oh my God. Also, listen,
Oh boy.
I kind of hate movie theaters.
Yeah?
But not really. I just hate movie theaters when I'm eating because like I'm crunching on popcorn, you know?
Yeah.
But like half the movie is silent. So I'm just sitting
Yeah.
there just masticating. And I'm just like, I know people can hear me just fucking gripping your popcorn.
Yeah.
Chewing. And
I
there's
know,
like
I feel
people,
that.
there was like people talking behind us being like, oh, the movie's so slow. And I was
Oh,
like,
really?
oh yeah.
Wow.
And so I was like leaned back in my AMC A-lister seat and I was like,
Yeah. Wow.
oh, I was almost, but like not because it wasn't good. Like, not because it wasn't good. Hayao Miyazaki films are just the audio and visual equivalent of a warm glass of milk and a kiss from your mother goodnight.
Yeah.
I could put on any Hayao Miyazaki film, regardless of how stressful it is, and sleep. And this is if when this movie comes out of theaters and you want to like catch some Z's after a long day,
you want to pay for a nap?
oh my God, best believe this movie
Yeah.
will put you out like fucking like a Mike Tyson right hook.
It's just like so. It's both very, very typical of a like Hayao Miyazaki movie where it's like just so like this random thing happens and this random thing then this. It's so like
It was his most confusing movie yet.
it feels like the movie is like resetting every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where there's a new fucking nonsense thing they gotta handle.
It was borderline Tenet.
What?
It
How
was
is
borderline.
Tenet?
Yes.
How is it Tenet?
Because there's space
With the
time
time
mumbo.
stuff?
There's space time mumbo jumbo, and then
guess.
like halfway through the movie, you're like, "What are we doing now?" And then there's parakeets, and they have a king.
So what's funny is this is also like, no, I guess Mononoke is scarier. This is like, there's like scary bits. It's not like you won't be scared, but it's pretty dark. He's in like a fucking like butcher's dungeon.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
And
There's
the
like,
parakeet's just sharpening a blade next to
Yeah.
him and just like smiling at him. It's also kind of funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's very parakeet forward. If you guys haven't
Very
guessed
parakeet forward. Yeah.
There's a bunch of parakeets will show up at some point and they mean business.
You know what else we forgot to mention? There's also like a forest sprite. There's you know, because every movie has a different iteration.
What, the little gooby woobies?
Well, in Spirited Away, it's the dust sprites.
Yeah.
In Mononoke, it's the forest sprites, the one with like the ticker heads.
Yeah.
I have tattoos of them. And then I don't know what they are. What are they in Howl?
There's not any.
Is it just Mr. Radish Head?
Turnip Head, I'll have you know.
Yeah, Turnip Head. And
yeah,
Calcifer.
there's not a little, like, a lot. But that's what I mean. He loves a bunch of little things.
Well, a bunch of little things.
Yeah.
And the little things in this are called Wara Wara. They're, you know what?
Yeah.
I'd say they're top one.
Yeah, they're your favorite?
I'd say I would take Wara Wara over forest sprites or dust sprites. Yeah.
They're cute. They're just marshmallows, guys. There's like a bunch of little marshmallow guys that like they climb up onto a little ledge and then
I want context here. While this scene is happening, incredibly touching moment of like the main character staring out over this devastating like ocean world, and like a bunch of these Wara Wara come up next to him. These Wara Wara are like super cute. They're like little marshmallows.
Marshmallow forest
and
spirits.
One comes up just like before anybody else, before the mass grouping, and it like walks up on the ledge next to the main character, and Danny goes, "It's gonna fucking kill itself," in my ear, and I was like, "What?
It's here to die."
Yeah.
Well, and then it jumps off the ledge and like it inflates and like floats up into the sky, and then like a bunch of others come over, and I whisper into Nick's ear, and I'm like, Jerry, what the fuck? You let him go! You let him jump! Why would you do that?
You know gravity works in reverse for us. That's gonna kill him.
It's gonna kill. He's dead. You killed him, you bitch. You fucker.
And that's where the movie really takes a turn for the worse.
Yeah. But no, it's weird.
Where does it fall in the power scaling? I know mine.
Not high.
I know mine. It goes Howl's, Mononoke, Spirited Away, this.
Yeah, mine's pretty much the same, but swap Mononoke and Howl's. What else have I seen from him? Yeah, it's Mononoke, Howl, Spirited Away, this, Kiki's Delivery Service.
It's better than Ponyo. It's better than Kiki's. It's a little bit better than Castle in the Sky. It's a little bit better than Wind Valley Nausicaa.
Oh, Nausicaa. No, Nausicaa goes above Spirited Away for me.
Really?
Actually, Nausicaa goes above Howl, maybe. Because I don't like
the movie that ends with no ending.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just stops.
Yeah.
But like Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away are just too episodic for me. And it's too many jobs. It's too many just like, oh, we got to go here, and then we got to do a job for a bit, and then we go here, and then we do another job.
There was Dimensional
for a bit.
Doors as well. It's another big Miyazaki-ism.
In what other
Howl.
of his films?
Howl.
Just Howl.
The spinning thing.
I guess so, yeah.
He's only got like 10 movies.
It's got like a billion movies.
Ghibli's got like a billion movies. He doesn't have a billion movies.
He's got 1,000 movies.
He's got like 10 or 11. It's not as good as any of the big three, but it exists somewhere in the region.
It's not as good as Naruto, Dragon Ball, or One Piece.
Oh yeah,
for
just
sure.
Dragon Ball's definitely in the big three. People are gonna
Fucking
love that, Mr. Socrates.
Guess how many movies Hayao Miyazaki has?
You know what? 11 felt low. I'm gonna go 17.
At least 33.
What the fuck? What do you mean at least?
I love when Google hits me with the at
You
least.
tell me Google doesn't even know?
Google's
Oh my
like,
God,
at
maybe we
least,
do need AI.
at
Anyways,
least 33.
so 1 out of 10. How'd you feel about it?
6.
Like 7.1.
Yeah, because my 5 is okay. I just want to reiterate that because a lot of people will be like 7 is fine. 7 is like pretty good, but not wicked memorable. Like
7's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah. So this is like me saying 6. I feel like people hear a 6 and they're like, oh, so a 3. You know what I mean? It's a 6, and for me,
Yeah.
it's fine.
That's pretty good.
I'd never see it again, except in dub. We saw it in sub,
We did see it in sub.
which is disappointing because I really wanted to hear Robert Pattinson.
I would have
be
liked
that
to see. I'd
fucking
like to
thing.
hear all the English voices as well. Yeah.
So if I ever see it again, it'll just be for that. But if someone was like, yo, you want to come over and crush out the Boy and the Heron and sub, I'd be like, absolutely not.
no, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was like it's a Hayao Miyazaki film. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Narratively driven. Not even. Well, it's kind of narratively driven. It's a cute story.
It's
the
pretty episodic.
The score is okay.
It's so, you know what else? It looks great. There's a ton of movement. Like it is great, fantastic animation, but there's nothing Like Spirited Away kind of looks better, or is more impressive.
I was thinking while watching the movie, I was like, oh wow, Hayao Miyazaki hasn't improved in the last 30 years.
Not like, this isn't a movie that I'm like, you know what, even though it's a 6, you gotta see this in theaters.
Because of the spectacle.
Because of the spectacle. It's not like, oh, this is what a 2023 Hayao Miyazaki film looks like.
No, like it's still the same dude drawing, you know? Like,
yeah, it's like, I think Howl's looks a little more impressive. I think Spirited Away is a little more impressive.
There's no big set pieces. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's no like sprawling set pieces. They're like, they leave the city immediately, and all of Howl's most impressive set pieces are like in the Royal Kingdom, in the palace.
The castle itself is great looking.
Yeah, like Howl's room. Like there's none of those impressive set pieces. It's all like kind of big. It's like worlds, but then like even when we're in the worlds, it's mostly like oceans.
Yeah.
And like we're usually in tight, like cramped shots. Like we're usually like in small, cramped places. So like there's no big pieces. So like Hayao Miyazaki films are always gorgeous, but like it doesn't look like Unreal Engine 5 Hayao Miyazaki. It's Hayao Miyazaki.
If anyone was like, I've never seen Hayao Miyazaki before, show me a movie that proves his hype, I'd give them like in terms of art style and animation, I'd give them Spirited Away or Howl's. Like I wouldn't give them this ever in that scenario.
It was fine. It was fine. So go watch it. I mean, it's good enough that like if you like Hayao Miyazaki films, you'll enjoy it. If you don't, it's not gonna break the bank for you. Anyways, I have a little bit of news in the like old. I have news in the like historically good animated movie section.
Okay.
I rewatched Akira.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like Invincible's gone.
Yeah.
I'm not watching Shangri-La Frontier, so I like just have like an extra.
Yeah.
I have like an extra hour and 30 minutes a week right now, which crazy, unheard of, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I rewatched Akira, and it holds up.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's so goddamn good.
It's long as shit, but it's good.
It's 2 hours, but it should be.
Yeah.
There's not a point in Akira that lags.
Yeah. It's so good.
It's like it's like one of the perfect movies.
The anime, I like love that style of animation where it's just a bunch of like glass breaking all the time and everything's like, I don't know, like this is so, you're like not gonna get what I mean because I'm not gonna articulate it well. There's just more lines. You know what I mean? Like 90s and 80s anime.
No, I get what you're saying.
Are so dirty looking.
Yeah.
Like everything's got like fucking dirt drawn on it and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like when something
like when you
breaks.
look at like Dragon Ball Super comparatively to like Dragon Ball or this, it's like it's more like one color face.
Well, it's like when like Dragon Ball, if we use that example, when someone breaks a rock in Dragon Ball Z, it shatters into like a fucking trillion pieces.
Yeah.
Opposed to like modern just kind of breaks. Like I feel like everything in Akira, it's always someone just like smashing a motorcycle helmet with a lead pipe and it shatters into a bunch of little sparkly bits.
Yeah.
Like it's
it was
awesome.
I hadn't seen it in so long. I forgot just how good like Akira. Like I think it made like 100 new colors or something. I was like the making of Akira. Like
it created colors.
I think the making of Akira actually created a bunch of new colors. And then I recently went. Last time I was in Japan, I went to this. Like I was in a science museum, and the science museum had a thing on Akira's sound design and how the director of Akira went around the world and like discovered sound, like not discovered sounds, but like found sounds to use for the movie, and like some of it's like African tribal like breathing, like dancing, those kinds of things. Like, and I'm like watching the movie, and it's probably got one of the greatest sound designs I've ever seen. Like it's like there's like drums, and there's like when it's like a moment of high tension, they use like heavy breathing as like part of the score to like build tension. It's so good,
dude. I'm so glad you brought up the soundtrack because it bangs.
It's so good.
The bit where like you remember when like the teddy bear is like growing in the weird dream, they're like this weird like that's awesome. Also the way you like I knew what you meant, but the way you hyped up the soundtrack was so funny because you're like, dude, the soundtrack is crazy. There's like drums and there's like string instruments. It's fucking nuts, dude.
At one point, a dude, he made noises with his throat, not talking, but like kind of like talking.
That's crazy.
It was very weird.
Also, can you imagine like turning on the news one day or like opening a newspaper and like the front page is like new colors just dropped? Fucking what?
But it was like, as I was watching it, like the beginning of the movie is way more colorful than the end of the movie. And as I was watching it, I was like, I could see how in like 1988, this would be a new color. Like, I was like, because like Technicolor, a lot of the colors that we understand like came from like the digitalization of color.
Yeah.
So like we can like look around the world and like colors are fleeting and fading, and like so like it's hard to look at this and like identify a difference in this green between like grass is green. But
Not
like,
all colors are natural.
yeah, when you can like click a color on a screen and like exactly hone what hue that is, like you're obviously going to create new colors. So yeah, I rewatched Akira because I had time and I don't regret it. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
It's really cool.
If you haven't seen Akira, listen, fucking. Don't skip The Boy and the Heron. Watch The Boy and the Heron. But if you haven't seen Akira, genuinely, please do. It's the basis for so much shonen anime.
Yeah, if you have to watch one of them, definitely do
Watch Akira. Like, it's almost perfect.
What do you give it out of 10?
10.
Wow.
Oh, easy.
Say it. What'd you like? Like, get in depth about like what was your favorite bit?
I think like the thing about Akira is like for me is it's such a classic story, but then again, like it's like not. So like it's a classic because it made the stories that we now are like familiarized with. Like everything is based off Akira.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, it's such a classic story. You're like, it wasn't when we made this. So it's like about like Tetsuo and Kaneda, and like Tetsuo was always being protected by Kaneda. It was like the leader of this motorcycle gang. And like I love Tetsuo's descent into like wanting to like gain more control.
Yeah.
And then also like all of it being like obviously based off like Japan recovering from World War II and like nukes and all of that, which is very funny because Godzilla -1 just came out. So like Akira coming out and like obviously being about like nukes and like Tetsuo at the end, like being the destruction, like being like releasing this massive destruction, but also because like I forgot that it was all tied into the fact that they're trying to unlock the power in our genes, because they're like, oh, everything like all genes have like all like we started from microbes that possibly descended from space and all of that, and therefore within our genes is the solution to the beginning of the universe. And in the end, Tetsuo explodes Neo Tokyo, but then becomes his own mini galaxy because he's like finally unlocked the powers within his genome. And it's like the sound design, the colors, the motion, like the fluidity and motion of the of the animation in the 80s. Like obviously it's all hand drawn. I don't love the way that they're like obviously it's the 80s, so like there was a different style. Like it's before everyone was cats.
You don't like how big his fucking forehead is?
Yeah, like Tetsuo's the hairline is so pushed back. It's so bad. But like it's just like, and then like the battle between Kaneda and Tetsuo with Kaneda's laser gun and all of that is like so much fun. And like Tetsuo's descent into like an amalgamation like of like BioWare tech and all of that, and like him bringing in Cairo, Cairo or whatever, his girlfriend.
Someone.
Yeah, and then like he's like, I'm hurting her, and then you see her pop, and you're like, oh no, it's so good. Dude, I love everything about that movie.
You know what else is good about it? The manga is really good.
I can imagine.
And the movie only covers like half the manga.
Yeah.
And it wraps up. Like the movie's not like unfinished, but like the movie has a different ending. Or I think it expedites the ending of the manga, but like they basically it's like complete. There was never an intention to like adapt any more of the manga, but the manga is really, really sick.
Yeah.
I also love Kaneda. No, not Kaneda. Tetsuo. Right?
Yeah.
Just to like fucking toss him back pills.
Oh,
just random ass drugs by the handful.
He's like, give me some capsules. Yeah,
I love that shit. That's so good.
No, it's very good. So if you're gonna see one movie, go see Akira. All right. Do you want to get to our big thing this week?
JJK.
Which didn't come out again.
Yeah, which didn't come out. That's
Danny texted even earlier this week. He was like 9:20. He was like, it's not out. JJK is not coming out.
JJK's canceled.
No bits this week.
No bits?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No bits.
Oh, yeah, no sleeves.
No sleeves.
I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Nick texted me last night and was like, we're watching Boy and the Heron tomorrow. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, but it's not like, that doesn't mean you had no time.
I didn't have time. For what I was planning, I did not have time.
I guess that's fair, genuinely. Okay, so wild episode.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
There's ups and downs. I really don't think this one was finished.
You don't think this episode was finished?
This one's
is
very
the worst.
unfinished
This is the worst the animation has looked all season.
It's not bad.
The beginning
it just doesn't seem finished.
The beginning of Mahito versus Todo was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I learned last week Mahito versus Yuji was one animator.
Really?
That entire like Yuji beating down Mahito was one animator.
Dude, they're on some next level shit in Japan. They're crazy. Which we'll get into, actually. It's my news.
We will?
Yeah, about the Japanese animation industry.
Okay. I probably shouldn't be excited, but I'm excited here. So loved the opening of like with the dirty shirt.
Yeah.
Loved that.
I said that was the best fight of the season for sure.
What, all of them like dabbing Jogo's shirt?
Them versus the shirt.
Yeah. And then them like realizing that Jogo's or Gojo's incredibly rich.
Yeah.
Like only wears really nice stuff. I love that. Like, and just like in the juxtaposition of them enjoying that moment, and then it just cuts to Nobara's cold corpse.
Yeah, that was great.
Brutal. And then you texted everybody and you're like, I don't think the eye hole POV was necessary.
No, that was Stank.
Oh, was that?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Stank was like, that was brutal. The eye hole POV.
Because I don't think that happens in the manga, but in the anime, we see like Yuji through Nobara's what used to be her eye, and you just see a bloody ring, and you're like, oh, we're in Nobara's goddamn face.
Yeah, we are her eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nuts. So eye hole shot was crazy. The animation style, for me, I feel like the animation style changes every week.
Yeah.
The beginning, when it was focusing on Yuji, was like it's never looked all season.
Yeah. It's weird. Correct. This is like, that's why I'm like, I wonder if this is intentional or if this one's like truly unfinished.
Like they had to change animators or something.
Because it's just a whole ass, like a different art style entirely, this episode. And there's parts that are like not, like the Gojo stuff just like looks like JJK season 1.
Yeah.
There is a lot where I'm like, oh, this is like looking like a different show completely.
Yeah.
Not that like impacted how I felt about it. That's not why I'm like, oh, it was all right. It's just like a good, like in a season full of like 11 out of 10 episodes, this was a solid 8 out of 10 okay episode.
Better than a dick monster?
Way better than Dick Monster. The fight's like okay, not as good as Yuji versus Mahito.
See, this is like kind of last week. I'm way more hyped on this fight than you are.
I'm hyped about the next episode coming up.
Fair.
I think this is a setup episode.
Sort of.
To the next one. Because they do a like fucking, all right, now I'm kicking in a high gear kind of thing at the end of this.
Yeah.
And this one was like...
Okay, so they did a thing where they were like all the 120% thing. So what they did is they took the manga panel, which is one of the hardest manga panels in like if you're a JJK manga reader, like that's one of the best panels. It's like in this moment, all of them are fighting at 120% of their potential. So what they did is they took that manga panel and literally just threw it into the show, but colorized it, which like some people would be like, oh, that's lazy. I thought it went so hard.
Imagine calling JJK season 2 lazy.
Yeah, like I thought it was so hard. Like I was so sick to see that Todo. And my biggest note from the entire episode is any fight with Mahito has so much potential to be creative because he's just like touching people, turning them into swords, throwing them.
It's so good.
Like he's like you're about to punch him in the stomach. He turns his body into like webbing. Throw Todo into the mix, who also has like so much room to
one
be
of the
creative.
most creative powers.
Yeah, and it's like watching those three fight is so crazy.
Yeah,
because you see like there's a scene when all three of them are battling against each other, and Mahito is just changing into a bunch of shapes. Like he's popping into a balloon, he's turning into like a 3-legged monster. Like, and there's like it's like Todo's clapping, Yuji and him are trying to punch him, and like Mahito's just basically like rolling out of frame but changing shape the entire time, like in his battle against Mekamaru.
Yeah.
And I'm watching that. I'm like, this is the most creative you can make an anime fight.
Yeah.
Like one person who can be anything and one person who can be anywhere.
Yeah.
That's sick.
No, I agree. It's definitely, that's why I'm excited about the next episode, because to me, this one felt like it didn't have necessarily like the dedication that like, what's his name? The crab monster? The
Dagon?
Dagon. Didn't have like the dedication that like the Dagon fight did in terms of like, or the like bar one with the blood guy, like in terms of animation, like it just didn't feel like, I was like, this is a good fight, but it's not like one of those. It didn't feel like a crazy fucking like, oh, I'm gonna rewatch this fight.
You know what it probably is? It's like Sakura and Ino getting like no animation budget whatsoever. Kiba versus Naruto getting no animation budget whatsoever. So Gaara versus like Rock Lee can get like all like everybody's time.
That's like literally what it is. And that's why I'm not like, even if the rest of the season wasn't that good, this is still a good episode. Like, I'm not complaining about the episode. I'm just rationalizing my reaction to your question.
I was gonna say, because what part felt incomplete to you?
It was just like not as like we talked about, some of the art style was like just different. Like felt like Devilman Crybaby-esque.
It was so dark and bold in the beginning. I was like, that's not the same animator.
Yeah, it's just very like felt lower detail. It didn't have like the movement or like didn't have a lot of the movement or like momentum that the other Mahito fight did. Like there was a lot of like classic, like they do a little bit of movement, and then they do like a slow-mo pause, and a little bit of movement, and then slow-mo pause while something explodes. Whereas,
I guess, yeah.
Whereas the lead-up fights were just fucking like
Just
all
barreling
go.
into people, yeah.
Yeah, it was all go, and that's like what I am into.
Yeah,
Again,
I think
not bad, just not as good as the other Mahito fight.
I think the directorial vision for this episode was really good. I just think the execution animation-wise wasn't great. And I'm like, I cannot say this clearly enough. It's not the animator's fault.
For sure.
It's just simply not.
Yeah.
It's just like if they had been given time, it could have been animated so much better.
Yeah.
But directorially, like Mahito making the cursed spirit train.
Yeah,
that's like
that was fun.
chewing
Yeah.
after them on the train
That's
track.
sick.
And then it splits off and like Yuji's trying to punch through it while
Yeah.
Toji's battling against him one-on-one. Super sick. There's a scene where Yuji takes the stone and throws it with a black flash.
Oh, yeah.
I think, okay, and this is why I love that we have such a big following that like are also like very knowledgeable. I think that's another reference to Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
I think him throwing the rock and like it breaking through, but more specifically Todo switching with it and like that rainbow appearing behind him, like as he like T-poses, like straight through it, I think is a Gurren Lagann reference. I know I've seen it. I just don't know from where.
You know where you've seen it?
It might be all for like it might be MHA.
You know, it's a very My Hero.
Yeah.
You know what came to my mind, and it's not referencing this, I guarantee.
Okay.
Anya throwing a dodgeball at Bill Watkins.
Oh my God, yeah.
It looks just like Anya throwing that dodgeball at Bill Watkins.
I can't believe you remembered Bill Watkins' name.
You can't believe I remember Bill Watkins' name?
That's
the Bill Watkins?
he's in one part of one episode.
He is the undisputed dodgeball champion of the world.
of Eastia?
Who fucking cares? They better call it Bill Watkins U after that.
Because that man was yoked.
That dude ruled. I love Bill Watkins.
That's probably the funniest moment in all of Spy Family. Her just like loading it up like it's like fucking Jaw Ken and then spiking it on the ground and he just takes it and bonks it off her head.
That's the best episode of the season, of the whole series, in my opinion.
So good.
I love him being hyped up the whole episode, and then you see his dad, and you see him next to an adult, and he's like, Daddy. I love Bill Watkins.
Bill Watkins, fucking best character.
Anyway, but yeah, so let's talk about that. First off, I just want to say, Todo, his intro, like him showing up,
All time.
clean as fucking hell.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I think I just wrote Todo in all caps. Intro was so sick.
Yeah, I wrote Todo entrance is cold as hell.
Yeah. The
It was
music
so
changing, it felt like Tokyo Revengers a little bit, where it was like, oh, and like Todo is there, and like there's literally a spotlight on him, and he's just like taking his shirt off. I love that Todo just takes any opportunity he can to just fucking rip his clothes off.
It was so hype.
He's so dope.
It's so sick. I love his power. Like him showing up was great. Like, and I do love the fight. Him switching with The Rock was both unrelentingly hype. Like it was I love the T-pose as he's just blasting through the universe. It is very My Hero and very like all for one, like full calling or whatever.
Yeah.
It also just fucking absolutely hijacked the tone of the entire season, though. Like, you get a little Yuji doing a thumbs up, like the episode after Nobara's death and the episode where we're her fucking eyeball.
Well, okay, but I was gonna ask how this episode made you feel about Yuji, because I would argue that this episode should have made you like Yuji more.
It's pretty good. I liked what's going on.
Because like you see Yuji be devastated with Nobara's death, and he's like, oh, I've been using. So his entire thing is like, Sukuna has killed people. I just have to save more people than Sukuna killed.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've been using this as an excuse.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been using this as a way to push down my emotions. And like, so like we're now seeing him begin to realize that like everything is fucked and he's been trying to push it down as much as possible, but that's now become impossible.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like that whole sequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you said Todo showing up hijacked the...
No. Toad, like that final move where like Todo's going through the
Because
galaxy.
it's so goofy and like...
The episode gets goofy as fuck out of nowhere at the
Because
end.
Todo's a goofy guy.
He's a goofy dude.
He's a silly, goofy dude.
It's a super goofy doopy move.
Next episode will not be goofy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
it wasn't like a criticism. It's just like, boy, does the tone change in the last bit.
Yeah, next episode is it's not going to be the last. I think the episode after next episode will be the last, but next episode, and I know I've said this like a bunch of times this season, next episode will be probably the most important episode of the season.
You have said that truly every week.
Because I thought we were getting to this point, but now I mean it. Well, actually, no. Before I was like, oh, Nobura's going to die soon. And I just forgot when Nobura dies. And I was like, oh, Nanami's going to die and then Nobura's going to die. And I forgot when they died. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, like we're just going to like try. I was like, I think it's coming up. So I'm going to say an important episode's coming up, but I was wrong.
The end credit, like next time on JJK animations.
Yeah.
Those are like not black and white, but like not colored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did those used to be like that in season 1?
No, because they did Juju Scroll.
I wonder if it's just not finished. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm watching, I'm like, don't make them do this extra segment. Like, they can hardly finish episodes to make them do a little extra. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is just like what they have ready for the next episodes. This uncolored, like fucking next time bit.
What's crazy to me is that almost every single manga recently that I keep up with has been taking like hella breaks. Yeah. Like One Punch Man has been taking breaks. MHA is taking breaks. Even JJK is taking breaks. Like every manga I'm currently keeping up with, they'll do like one chapter and then they'll take a 2-week break and then they'll put like another chapter out. So like very few manga right now are like running a weekly schedule. I don't know how we're not like closer to that. Like, I get that like manga just like it goes out, you don't need a TV slot or anything like that. Yeah. But like you still kind of do because like it all goes out in the weekly Shonen Jump. And like it's like, all right,
there's a deadline for sure.
They're like, oh hey, there's no like you have a spot for JJK to run this week and now we're just not running it. So it's like I just don't get how like anime can just be like, hey, we're punching to next week.
Yeah.
And like everybody like, I mean, some people would be idiots, but like most people would be like, oh cool, a better product? Nice, I'll take that.
Yeah. It's all fucking investors and shit.
Yeah.
And like
it's the bourgeoisie, man. The fucking capitalists.
I think like doing it too much. I don't know. Yeah, it's just the bourgeoisie. You're right. There's I'm not going to justify it.
Don't justify the billionaires.
It's just them being like, no, we need to keep making money. Yeah, it's just money.
Give me the money right now.
What do you have anything else about the episode?
I was just going to say Mechamaru's death also absolutely crushed me. Seeing Miwa cry destroyed me.
Yeah, I forgot that happened. That was tough.
It was tough.
That's pretty tough.
I knew it was coming, and I just still like Miwa when it cuts to everybody else from the Kyoto school, like in the middle section, just hearing Miwa wail. Yeah. I was tearing up. It was bad, and I was afraid that you and Sarah were gonna come as I was like tearing up, and I was like, I can't let them stay like this. It was bad.
Yeah, that was pretty tough. Yeah, for sure.
What do you have? I
have news
about the world of Japanese animation.
Yes.
Go off.
It kind of ties into what you were just saying, which is why I want to do it in. Jujutsu Kaisen animation director says industry will collapse in only a few years. So he went on Twitter, and basically just said that. He goes, seriously, it's over. Once Kawagawa's generation leaves, everything will end at once.
Kawagawa.
I don't know who that is.
It's probably like an old animator, like an OG animator.
Once his generation leaves, everything will end at once. We need to do something about the training scheme by then. Let me look up. Oh, Kawagawa's special Sailor Moon artwork made headlines this year. And Nishi worked alongside him. Let me just see.
It's probably just like, it's people who are working on like the big three, like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball.
A former generation.
Yeah, like 50, 60-year-old animators. Who are willing to do 120 hours a week because that's what they were raised knowing. And like now that like Japanese like work life is reforming and like the new generation is like, no, we're not going to work ourselves to death for you. Like we're not going to die for some corporation. That's not going to meld with anime schedules.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I think it needs to happen.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like we need anime. I have news coming out, which is kind of crazy, and I think it actually does like play into this. But I think he's absolutely right. Like once the old generation, because this thing is like in Japan, it's always been fucking work. And that generation, the 50, 60-year-olds are probably the last people who are willing to work themselves to death.
Yeah, they'll just do it.
They'll just
look at Hayao Miyazaki.
Yeah, they'll literally just work themselves to death. And this like. It's definitely a thing in America. It's definitely a thing. It's always been a thing in Europe. They're fucking lazy as shit. It's just like, it's siesta. It's 2 o'clock. I'm sleepy. Fuck off. Wake up. Anyways, so Japan is the exact opposite. But this new generation influenced by the influences of the outside world, is literally just like, we're not going to work ourselves to death for this. I'm going to work 40 hours a week, and then I'm going to go live my life.
Yeah.
Like, so like, oh, maybe I'll do overtime. Sure. But you're going to fucking pay me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing unpaid overtime. Like, nobody's going to put themselves in the Zom 100 situation anymore. Like, in Japan themselves, it's not even just the generational thing. Japan themselves is also cracking down on these kinds of companies. So, like, while there's a shift in ideology in the younger generation where they're not willing to work 120 hours a week, there's also the Japanese government as a whole is like, oh, nobody wants to come here to work because they have this perception that you're going to be working
brutal.
Yeah, that is fucking brutal. And so like the suicide rate is like through the roof of like young professionals realizing that this is their life for the next 30 years of never being able to do anything. And so like obviously they're going to crack down on that. And if there isn't changes made in the animations in the world, then yeah, like we're not going to
stop animating.
Yeah. But like punt a season. Like, oh no, it takes us 6 months to make an anime right now. And genuinely, that's probably what it is. Like to get ready, like, because obviously JJK is being animated an episode at a time, right?
Yeah.
And that episode is coming out every week. So like the time, what happens in the time between, let's say my news, this is gonna be my flashback. We'll just get ahead of it. MHA season 7 announced for spring 2024. That's weeks from now.
Yeah.
Weeks. MHA ended season 6 ended less than a year ago.
Yeah.
So like, if an episode of anime gets done on a week-by-week basis, fuck do we do in this year-long gap?
I don't think it's well, first off, I think they just work on other shows. Like, I bet this team has just been working on, like, Attack on Titan, like,
That's fair.
Whatever else they do, Vinland Saga,
Yeah.
shit like that. But I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think it's literally, like, episode 17 of JJK ends, they begin working on episode 18. I think it's like they work on it leading up, because it's not like they're like,
We have the framework set for everything, but we need to do the finishing touches.
yeah, I think they like, because it's not like Mappa's like, all right, next month is a new season. Like, they have months to work on it. It's just it takes longer than they're allowing.
Yeah.
And so like I think they have like every episode like 50 or 60% done, then the deadline hits them like a train.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, all hands on episode 1. We got to get this episode out. That's 100% complete.
Yeah.
All right, now we have a week to get episode 2 from like 60 to 100. Like, I don't think they start at 1% and then end
Get
at
to
100
yeah.
in a week.
Yeah. My thing is, so if it does implode, whatever. Like, I'll just fucking like, I'll just talk about, I'll talk about Avatar. I'll talk about Invincible.
Yeah,
I'll talk about fucking Nocturne,
Yeah.
season 6. Like, whenever it explodes, I'll just talk about American animation, or I'll just become a travel YouTuber. I'll just hop on a cruise ship that goes on a 3-month-long cruise, and I'll talk about, oh, there's Haiti, there's the Philippines.
They just got to pay them well.
Yeah.
Like, pay them more, cool it with the, like, fucking crazy hours. Like, people can wait. There is such a surplus of anime right now.
Also, Mappa, stop taking everything.
Yeah.
Do fucking do less.
Less, yeah.
Like, there's like, oh, you don't need AOT,
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga, Hell's Paradise, JJK. They're doing One Punch Man. They're like, you don't need all of these.
Yeah.
Take less projects.
Tokyo Revengers.
Yeah. So like, yeah, once
crazy.
he's absolutely right. Once that generation that's no longer able to do that is gone, fucking hell yeah, dude.
It sucks too, because we are in like a renaissance of anime right now.
Yeah.
Like, it is blowing up. We just need something in between what the US does and what Japan does. Because Japan has the quality, and the US has better labor. Just need good labor and better quality.
Yeah,
like,
somewhere in the middle.
yeah, for sure.
Not like, but like also like it doesn't take like 2 years to make 4 episodes and then go on hiatus.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Amazon, the biggest company on earth, can't animate Invincible. How?
I think it's the voice actors. People in the comments were saying, they're like, yeah, when you have an insane all-star cast, it's going to be hard to get everybody scheduled to fucking...
Genuinely fair.
Yeah.
It's like all A-listers, like, oh yeah, hey, we need you to come like do this thing, like this silly little comic. And you're like, I literally have to be in Spider-Man. Like, fuck off. I have to go make another like $1 billion like Netflix TV show, like Beef. Like, Stephen Yeun and J.K. Simmons have places to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, JJK, good. Animation studios, bad.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. Undead Unluck.
Oh, yeah, huh.
Sick fight.
Good fight. Yeah, he fights all of them
Yep.
for a bit.
Yep.
And then, and then she touches him.
Full booby.
It's a bit of a repetitive show, isn't it?
What do you mean?
It's a bit of a fight, and then she hugs him.
Yeah.
And then Unluck comes.
Yep.
And then they win.
Yep.
It's a bit of that, isn't
She's
it?
the main character.
Yeah.
She got one ability.
I'm just not as excited.
Naruto, he shows up, he gets beat down a little bit, hits a Rasengan, good to go.
That's not true.
That's kind of true.
There's differences.
There's less boobs, that's for sure.
But it's like, at least he's doing other things. Also, the Rasengan, from what I've seen, it's not like a kill switch. People take Rasengans and then keep fighting.
Which they shouldn't, objectively, considering how they talk about Rasengans.
Rasengan is such a bitch boy move. I'm going to say it right now.
Oh, yeah?
I hate that it's introduced by Jiraiya just Rasengunning some mugger in the street, and the dude's just like, oh, ow, my little tummy. Do you remember how Rasengan's introduced? The first Rasengan?
Is that the first Rasengan?
It's the first one. They're like, Jiraiya's like mugged in the street or whatever. Hits him with Rasengan. And Naruto's like, whoa, what's that, pervy sage?
Teach me that thing that couldn't kill a ninja.
Yeah,
couldn't kill not a ninja. Yeah.
Like fucking, I'd be like, whoa, that was cool. Hey, do you know the Chidori?
Yeah, like, hey, do you know the thing that will like fucking cut that dude in half? Like, what are we doing here?
I don't want to learn the thing that spins a dude.
Yeah, oh boy, you pushed him. Like, what? Like, you can kick down walls. Why'd you need the chakra ball?
Yeah.
Like you literally have the ability to like destroy islands with your fists. Why'd you need the blue?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's the TikTok.
That's the TikTok right there. Fuck the Rasengan. Fuck Naruto and fuck Jiraiya.
Chidori all the way, baby.
I'm saying it.
Fuck a hammer. Give me a gun.
Absolutely. Why did Victor simply not push her away?
Yeah.
Because she's like hung on to him with boobies. And then
why didn't you just like collapse her throat or something? Just quick chop.
Yeah, like everyone was like stopping him from touching her. I'm like, that, like he simply could have just, they could have just pushed her off.
Yeah.
And then her blowing Victor's head open was metal, and we got a kiss.
Yeah, she just like, puts her thumb in his head?
Yep.
Intense.
Yeah.
Shoots him in the head, presses her thumb into it.
Yeah.
Real hard.
I thought that was super dope.
Yeah, really
super
cool.
metal.
like
and
that.
then my final note is, why aren't all romance anime this violent?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, how it's funny that this is
A romance anime?
truly 50-50 romance shonen.
Yeah.
Because like, he gives her the big smooch.
Yep.
And I'm like, aw.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait. Yeah, like he's literally like a homicidal, like
Yeah.
undead monster that's been alive for 200 years
Yeah.
and maybe longer.
Good big smooch. I like that kid with like the super speed.
Top.
Top is fun.
Yep.
He's cool.
He was cool.
I
liked
like him. But yeah, it's a bit of a, like, it sucks because this and Shangri-La Frontier, we started so high on. We were like, these rule. These are going to sweep the nation. And now this one, I'm a little like, oh, I guess I got to watch this for the pod. That's right.
But the thing is, that's kind of every anime, like every new anime, every new season, because we're like, oh, Hell's Paradise. It's going to burn the world down. And then we're like, oh, it's.
But JJK, I'm excited for. If we stopped doing the pod today, I'd still finish it up.
I would still watch Undead Unluck, but yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't with Undead Unluck.
Well, JJK is the biggest anime on Earth right now.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not crazy to be like, wow, this is good.
Yeah,
You're like, oh,
exactly.
the number one anime on Earth. Yeah, you're probably going to watch it.
Right. I'm wondering, is there anything coming out soon? Because we are running out. MHA?
Spring 2024.
We're heading into...
Spring.
I guess we are.
We're in winter currently.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow.
So
Yowza,
next
wowza.
season-
That'll
Next
be fun.
season, we're getting MHA Season 7, which is like going to be the end of MHA.
And we're getting a Blue Lock movie. It's not the end of MHA.
It's going to be close.
Close. But
gonna be-
it's not caught up to the manga. And the manga's still going.
I'm aware. But the manga is,
Wrapping up.
I would say the manga is less than 15 chapters away from the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, they just, like, I'm not going to say anything, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's very close.
All right.
I would say before June of next year, the manga will be over.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
God, we need a new thing. Because JJK Season 3 probably won't come out for like 11 years. And if it does, it's probably going to be bad.
Already been announced.
It's been announced for when?
Already been announced.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the reason
You thought Mappa was going to give them a break?
I
announced.
thought they'd leave. That's why I said it'll probably be bad.
Nope.
Everyone's gonna leave it. 'Cause they're sick of it. The animators are fucking done with it.
Oh, I'm aware that the animators are done with it. But
For when?
we got
We don't even have a Chainsaw Man season 2. What the hell?
but this is also making them a quadrillion fucking dollars. We got a poster from Mappa. This right here. This is just super not loading.
You know what? You asked what they were doing in like the years between JJK and this. Chainsaw Man.
What do you mean?
Like Chainsaw Man. They were working on that.
Oh yeah. They definitely were. And here we are. Yeah. So this is it right here.
When's it?
Mappa tweeted this out or posted that on Instagram. It was a poster for the Cullen game.
When's it come out?
I don't know. It's all in Japanese.
Oh, well, they're just like, there's gonna be one.
Well, of course. But like, I don't think it's going to be, I guarantee you no more than 2 seasons pass before, like, I think it won't come out, obviously, spring 2024. It will come out. It will come out in 2024.
I don't think so.
I can almost guarantee it comes out in 2024.
Crazy.
There's no way it doesn't.
Who does My Hero?
My Hero is done by Bones. Yeah. So
big old bone.
But nobody liked the animation of the last season. So I'm very curious how to see in the face of like everyone being like, oh, this isn't good, and also people being like, treat your animators better, how MHA season 7 pans out.
The same.
The fights are so big.
They're not gonna care. You think the fucking people paying them care?
No.
That's the thing. That's the problem, is that like, as long as it's making money, and I think even there's no winning. Because if it's making them money, they're not going to change. They're like, we made this much money, paying them this little, giving them this little time.
Yeah.
Why change? And if it doesn't make money, if we just stop watching, they'll just be like, all right, it's canceled.
Yeah.
New thing.
Yeah. That's the issue.
It'll never.
That's what happened with Chainsaw Man. We were all like, that was awesome and didn't make them enough money. And like, you'll never see a season 2.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy that might actually be true. JJK is the only thing I've seen. The only JJK and Demon Slayer, the only anime I've seen where they like.
Period. That's it.
Yeah, that's
how you got on the show.
Good night, everyone.
Got these 2, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, Socrates on the beat.
Actually, I guess that's not the case. So I'll stop talking.
What?
It's rare to me that anime studios are like, we'll give them more money next season. Because Bungo Stray Dogs gets better with the seasons. Demon Slayer's budget got upped. And JJK's did. But like Attack on Titan got worse in season 4 animation wise.
Yeah.
The finale, which I rewatched a couple days ago.
Really?
Bangs.
It's very good.
So good.
It's very, very
Once you're like, I'm just gonna watch this for the fights. It's so fun. It's so
once
good.
you like stop worrying about the plot and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so
AOT
good.
Requiem reached out to me. They want me to do what? The fan made
Yeah, that's
remake.
exciting.
Yeah. They reached out to me. They want me to do an interview with their team. Yeah. Because they were like, oh, thanks for putting eyes on our project. Like, we've been struggling. We want to we want to get you to do an interview with our whole team. So I'm setting up like a big whole interview with
They reached out to Otakus or yours?
Me specifically, because I made a video on Weeb Commander. We can do it together. I don't give a shit.
Oh.
I invited you to come to a con in Houston, and you don't want to come with me.
When did I say that?
I was like, hey,
I said I want to go.
no.
What?
You said no money, no. You said no money, no Danny.
No, I didn't.
Dude, I can reread the text.
No, I didn't.
I can reread the text.
I said literally the opposite.
That's just so not true. Danny, we're pausing the podcast.
I said the opposite.
We have some egregious photos sent to each other. It's really bad.
I absolutely. What was the photos?
It's just toes is all I'm going to say.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I go.
Okay. So it can't just be like, hey, you want to, okay. So, would you potentially be down though? And you said, yeah, for sure. Ideally for money. But if they don't have the budget for me, feel free to cut me loose.
Oh, I did say that. I didn't mean it like that.
Oh yeah.
I meant because I know there's some things that they like, you're not allowed. Maybe it's just with school. I grew up thinking you legally can't do some things for free because with internships, you can't. Like you can't unpaid internships. Which shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
But unpaid internships can only work if you're getting school credit. I was doing an internship I really liked, and then the semester ended and there was COVID. And I was like, hey, I'm taking a semester off of school. I'll keep doing the internship for free if you'd like, because I'm really enjoying the experience.
You're just like, I just love being indentured.
Yeah, I was like, I love
oh my God, put the shackles on me.
I was like,
it.
I love the company. And they were like, legally, we can't do that.
Yeah.
So no, bye. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, you can't work for free at places legally, which makes sense. And so I was like, I would love to do it if they're like, oh, we only have enough money to pay Nick. I didn't want you to be in a position where where you're like, hey, we'll do it for this much money. And they'd be like, no, that's too much. I'm going to stop emailing it. Because that's what they do.
This is all coming through algebra. But like, yeah, so basically they're like, they want me to do 4 panels.
Yeah,
So
which is a lot, but they're an hour each.
I've now been proposed to go to, it's called Comic Palooza down in Houston, Texas. And they want me to do 2 panels on Saturday, 2 panels on Sunday. both an hour long. And I'm like, that is so much content to fill. So I was like, they were like, oh, well, you can bring Danny if you want to, because apparently the guy who fills up like the like all the acts and all that is a big fan of ours, likes the podcast as well.
That's right.
So he was like, yeah, bring Danny. You could do like a live podcast. I was like, that'd be a great way to fill out one of the hours or something. I was like, that'd be a lot of fun. Then me and Danny could like do like a fuck around, like you and me do like a fuck around panel, and then like I do a like how to succeed as a YouTuber panel or something like that. But yeah, so I want you there.
I'd love to do it.
I would love to have you there.
Yeah.
They're going to pay for it, put us up in a 4-star hotel is what they said, and give us a per diem.
Yeah, I do. If they don't have the money, I'll do it for free.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just go, just listen.
It'd be sick to do it for money. That's more what my thing meant. But I meant if you were like, oh, yeah, we'll do it, pay us both. And if they were like, no, I didn't want you to like, I didn't want to jeopardize you going in any way.
Yeah,
that's all
I'm
I
really
mean.
hurting.
I'm just saying.
I'm hurting.
It's fun.
Scratch.
Doing a con is so fun.
I know, that's why I want to do it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is actually like low key a dream of mine, but I would like to be paid.
That's awesome.
I was telling Algebra, I was like, I will do it. Try and get money.
Yeah. I literally did that to sponsor the other day for like a fighting game controller. They're like, we'd love for you to do an unboxing, blah, blah. And I was like, here's my usual rate. I will do it for free because I want that thing. I like, in parentheses, I was like, please pay me.
Yeah.
I don't need to. And they were like, for your honesty, we'll give you more than you asked.
Nice.
Which I was like, okay. Which was nice of them.
Never happens to me. I'm always like, here's my range. And they're like, here's $1 below your range. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking unalive myself. But yeah, so that's all the things and such. We've already got
just real quick, sorry. But in the email, they were literally like, because I was like, here's my rate. I'll do it for free. And they were like, that's so cute. Here's my budget. I'll give you more money.
Nice.
And I was like, thanks for calling me cute.
They're right. Here's our budget. We'll send you 8 of the controllers.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got an email the other day. I used to be one of the content creators who was like, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wants to sponsor me.
I know the exact spot.
Send me a press box. I'll make a video for it. I got it the other day and I was like, go fuck yourself. If I'm not seeing scratch in the bank account, I'm not advertising for you. Unless, of course, it's a con, in which case, it'd be kind of fun. I've always wanted to do a panel. It's kind of a dream.
It definitely depends on the product. You got sent a Jackie Chan movie collection box
Hilarious.
once, and they didn't pay you, right?
Nope. That was
every now and then I'm like, I don't need this.
That was
I
the
just
straw
don't
that
need
broke
this
the
thing.
camel's back. I was like, the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like, why? I was like, I like for the prospect of possibly being invited to premieres, and I was like, I need to get over myself.
Yeah.
That being said, I did get the beanbag that you have for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick. And now it's stuck in my house. No one will take it.
Love it.
It's too big.
God.
All my roommates hate me. I can't get rid of it. I put it up on Facebook Marketplace for $50.
I put it up for $500. No one bought it. $50.
I put it up for like $400, then $200, and now it's up for $50.
It's a
Nobody wants
$1,000
it.
beanbag. A $1,000 MSRP beanbag. That's fucked.
What an ad for Lovesack. For Lovesack, no one wants this for $50.
That's probably why they were sending them out for free. All right. Do you have a best boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it?
You want me to go? I have one.
Yeah.
Okay, my best boy this week is Bakugo, surprisingly. One of my least favorite characters in anime and manga history.
Yeah.
Bakugo just had a massive chapter in chapter 409 of MHA. Kind of just like an awakening of his quirk in an absolutely massive battle. Basically just saved the entire universe. Sick.
Yeah, that's
Super
crazy.
sick.
That's
yeah,
hype.
Yeah, like just like won the show basically.
Awesome.
So Bakugo's like now ascended to the level of Deku. Had a really cute moment.
Don't spoil.
Had a couple of flashbacks. I'm not spoiling anything.
just saying.
I was like had a cute couple of flashbacks as like squashing his beef with Deku.
Yeah.
It was cute. He like ascended. It was nice. It was nice to see.
That's hype.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I think I guess I have a piss boy.
You have a piss boy.
My piss boy.
Chipotle pants up there.
I have poop butt
You
today.
got poop butt. You poop boy.
We got Chipotle and it like leaked all into my lap, but only onto my ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got brown sauce all over my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I'm wearing black pants.
I offered you pants. You're the one who said no.
I'd rather be uncomfortable and poopy.
Then wear my pants.
Yeah.
We have the same size.
Yeah.
We are the same size pants.
Well, because it's in the underwear too.
I
It's
give you a pair of
soaked
underwear.
through. It's in my asshole.
If you don't,
It's in my poop. I'm gonna be pooping Chipotle.
in more ways than one, on the inside and the outside. What was I gonna say? Oh, I have throwaway underwear. I'm gonna give you a new pair.
Nah.
I have underwear that's too small for me.
I'm
That you would fit right in.
no way.
What do you mean?
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I don't. If it's too small for you, it'd be too small for me.
No.
We're like the same waist.
No. we have the same waist.
Yeah.
We are not endowed similarly. Not in the front, in the back. I have a way bigger ass than you do.
I got cheeks.
Danny, I have a fucking dump truck.
I got cheeks.
Danny, listen, like you have like, everyone's like, oh, that's a nice twink butt. Me? I'm the woman on top of the car. All right?
No,
Danny,
you are
you have
not.
a cute butt.
You think you're
Danny,
Jose.
Danny, you have a cute butt.
Yeah?
I have a fucking donk.
No, you don't.
Danny, listen.
You have such a regular ass.
I do.
You have such a regular boy ass.
I do not. Fucking do not. I don't have a boy. I don't have a boy ass. Right? You will not get in this boy's hole.
Relax, Dennis.
I have a fucking donk. And
Okay,
you know it.
you got a donk.
I'll show the chat right now.
You got a little donk.
I'll show the chat right now. I'll show my full ass.
Show chat. You won't, huh? Huh, baby? Oh, little baby won't show his donk to
I
the
will
live audience.
You know what? All right, chat.
Here it is.
Chat, you be the fucking decider.
Here it is. Jackets off.
Chat, all right.
Regular tush.
Not a regular tush. Look at the fucking, look at that thing.
Wow.
Look at it.
The black pants were a mistake for this.
The black pants were a mistake. Caked up, says Pandemon.
Can I get to my piss boy? You're making a fool out of us. You're making a damn fool out of us. Sit
All I'm
down.
trying to say is I offered you underwear.
Sit down.
Sitting.
My piss boy is Bethesda games.
Okay.
Have you heard about them responding to Starfield reviews?
No.
They're going on Steam and responding to negative Starfield reviews.
As Bethesda or like?
As Bethesda.
Okay, cool.
And they're going, people were like, this game is boring. And Bethesda goes, no, it isn't. Someone goes, like...
What intern are they paying to do this? They're like, hey, that was a sick meme you just posted, Kyle. Go flame those losers. Like, review bombing our not so great game.
Someone goes like, it's boring exploring planets. Half of them are empty. And Bethesda goes, it's not boring. Do you think the astronauts stepped foot on the moon and thought this is boring because it was empty? Here's why that's dumb and hilarious.
Probably because I'm wearing underwear and eating Cheetos while doing it, not strapped to $3 billion of human engineering at the peak of scientific mankind.
Yeah, guess what? I'm not in fucking space, Bethesda.
Yeah, I'm not floating. I'm not experiencing zero G for the first time.
It's so funny because that's so not what I want to hear from the game devs. I'm like, every now and then I'm like, oh, Bethesda reviews were saying this game's boring, it's undercooked. Every now and then I'll look and be like, how's it doing now? Have they added content? It's so discouraging to hear that they go, no, it's not boring, rather than, sorry, new content on the way.
Yeah, here's a DLC. Baldur's Gate just released an entire epilogue, like you can now
ending.
Yeah, like a whole new ending. They like thousands of new dialogue lines. Penis physics.
Yeah.
Like Baldur's Gate is like, oh, you liked that? Here's more, you fat bitch. And
Yeah.
you're like, thank you.
For free.
For free.
3,500 lines of dialogue for free.
Yeah.
Penis
Physics.
Penis jiggle physics.
There we go.
DLC. Dick LC.
Dick LC.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dick loadable content. Yeah.
All for free. Meanwhile, Bethesda's like, our game's not boring, jackass. Learn what fun is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's
That's
like
my piss boy.
Fucking Baldur's Gate 3.
Shall we get into our game?
Running the score. Oh yeah. So this week, me and Danny. So there's a little BTS here. Me and Danny went to Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago for Dorothy's birthday, and me and Danny were like, we are gonna make some content so that Nick can use, like this Airbnb as a write-off because the Airbnb was very expensive. And then I decided I genuinely don't give a shit, and I wanted to spend the weekend hanging out with my friends and dipping in the pool and being in a sauna. So me and Danny never played any of the games, but it means.
It's unnecessary context, but go on.
What do you mean? And so me and Danny just decided we're going to use those games in later on episodes. So this is one of those games.
Yep.
So you're going to notice that all of these games that we use from Las Vegas are kind of Las Vegas themed. And that's because we told Stank, hey, make them kind of Las Vegas themed so we can tell the IRS, look, we needed this house. We needed this house to be $5,000. That's why Nick is deducing $5,000 off his earnings this year. But
I like how I'm roped into this. Like the whole,
Danny's fault.
The whole way you're like, I don't know, man. Like, should we do the games? Like, how do you feel? I'm like, Nick, I'm not profiting at all from doing games at Vegas.
Yeah.
If you want this write-off,
let's not sit here and act like the second I was like, I don't want to film, you weren't like, oh, you're like, oh, that's the best news I've heard.
That's hype news.
Yeah.
I was told that because we left Vegas a day early.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah told me that Dorothy told Sarah everyone hated each other the last day of Vegas.
It was more like
Everyone was sick of each other on the last day.
No.
How do you think they would have felt if we filmed content?
some of them, Dorothy's more homebody friends were like, oh, we don't want to be at the casino right now. Meanwhile, me and Dorothy were learning craps with a couple of our fun friends. And so, yeah, there was just, people were grumpy and they were like, we don't want to be here. And I was like, we're literally in Vegas for Dorothy's birthday. We could
for
cheer
3
up.
days.
Yeah, we could fucking cheer up here. Holy shit. But
Anyway, today we're playing Over Under Anime Edition. Now,
Absolutely.
Nick, I'm going to shut the fuck up while I'm explaining.
Yes, Papa.
Ruined the TikTok.
Let's go again.
Today, we're doing Over Under Anime Edition. Don't say a goddamn word.
It's like staring in the mirror.
I'm going to be asking Nick a series of questions, and he's going to answer to me. I'm going to ask Nick a series of questions, and he's going to answer whether or not that number is over or under the actual answer. Do you understand the game?
I understand. Yes.
Okay. Question number 1.
Wait. How are we doing homework here?
Homework is if you get more... How many are there? Hold on. 10, 11, 12. You get 7 right.
7 right. I do.
It should be more than 7, I feel.
We can do 8.
You get 3 wrong.
3 wrong out of 12?
Yeah.
What is that? That's
How many do you want wrong?
How many times does 3 go into 12? 4?
Yeah.
It's 20.
Yeah.
That's 75%. No, it's fair. We'll do 3 wrong. Yeah.
3 wrong.
And if I get 3 wrong, I do homework.
Yeah.
If I get less than 3 wrong, you do homework?
Yeah.
I like that.
All right,
Let's do it.
baby.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1 is the number of times Goku used a spirit bomb in canon episodes under or over 8.
In canon episodes?
Yeah.
It's got to be under.
You think under 8?
Wait. Is this super included?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like he only uses Spirit Bomb the one time in Z.
Here, look. Here's how I'm going to phrase these from now on because I'm phrased like a nightmare.
Okay.
Goku has used Spirit Bomb 8 times in canon episodes.
Yeah.
Over or under?
No, I understand. I understood it before.
For the TikTok.
I'm gonna go with under because I haven't seen Super, and I feel like he didn't use it that often in Z.
You want to take a guess how many times he's used them?
6.
4.
Oh, let's go!
You're correct. All right, this one you should know. Gon has killed over or under 3 people.
He's killed Pito. He doesn't kill the bomber. The bomber doesn't die. Is this Chimera Ants included? Probably. I mean, because Pito's one of them. I'm gonna go under. Pito's the only person I can think that Gon is killed. I genuinely, I mean, unless like he's somehow involved in the deaths of the bombers. York New City doesn't kill anybody. He doesn't kill any members of the Phantom Troop. He really only kills Pito. He might kill. No, I'm gonna go with under. Yeah.
2.
Let's go. 2? What's the other one?
Just says Chimera Ants.
Okay, I mean, it's probably Pito and one other Chimera.
I guess so. We've seen the move Black Flash in JJK's anime over under 5 times.
Oh.
Here's the thing. This answer's different today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's over. I know for like, as of today, it's definitely over. Prior to today, there's, I know, dude, Nanami hits it like 3 times in a row. Nanami hits it. Yuji hits it 3 times in a row against Mahito. And then, I mean, yeah, with today's episode, it's over.
Yeah, over. At the time of writing this, it was 6.
Okay, cool.
This one is just cheating. This one's just for me.
Okay.
The number of times Atsushi and Akutagawa have fought side by side over under 5.
Here's what I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I've never seen Bungo Stray Dogs, but based off what I've heard you talk about Bungo Stray Dogs, Atsushi is not around that often. You're like, oh, he's not even like a real main character. Like he's around sometimes. Everybody likes Rampo more. So I'm gonna go, I don't know who the other one was.
Okay.
Never heard of him.
Okay, Akutagawa.
I'm gonna go under.
You are correct in the answer. Atsushi is the main. It's 4. They
Let's go.
team up 4 times.
I don't know who Akutagawa is, but I listen.
He's like the rival. You do listen, you slippery son of a bitch. I need you to watch Link Click. You gotta start tanking. I need you to take a dive.
I can't.
You fucker.
I put money on myself.
Is the number of people Thorfinn killed over or under 50?
Now that's fucked. You know what? No.
It's a fucked number.
Who's counting? Who's counting every person that Thorfinn's killed? The prologue is just him murdering people. I'm going to go with over because in the most recent season, when all of the souls are dragging him back down, it seemed like more than 50.
68. God, Stank? These better start getting tough. Is the number of times Subaru died in ReZero over or under 15?
15?
Yeah.
Rem kills him like 5 times. The whale kills him like 5 times. He kills himself a couple of times. I'm going to go over here because he dies. The rabbit kills him once or twice. And then when he's like, I can't save Elizabeth from the White Knights, I think he kills himself. I'm going over 15.
Over?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Over 17.
Let's go!
All right, you got to start tanking. You got to start bombing.
Nuts.
Is the number of fire jutsu we see in Naruto Shippuden over or under 10? Naruto plus Shippuden. Are there over or under 10 fire jutsus?
Fireball, Amaterasu, Kagutsuchi, Majestic Destroyer Flame, the other rendition of Majestic Destroyer Flame, Hidden Burning Ash, Genkai count? Probably not. The Spiral Kamui, but that's kind of just great fireball technique. I'm trying to think of other fire techniques here. I'm spacing on other fire. I've literally done greatest fire techniques, and I'm spacing. Probably some Sarutobi, like an additional Sarutobi release in there. Kakuzo's fire mask. That's 9. I gotta assume that there's 2 others that I cannot remember. I gotta go over here.
Yeah, over. It's 12.
Let's fucking.
Oh, Stank.
This is my job.
Stank. Okay. Is the number of people that Light Yagami killed in Death Note over or under 100,000?
Don't they tell you? They tell you. They tell you at the end. I think it's over 100,000. I think 100,000 was like a big number. If it was under 100,000, I feel like I would remember that. I feel like 100,000 is like, it starts 100,000. There's extra. I'm going over.
This game fucking sucks.
What?
I could do this game.
No, you couldn't.
Anyone can do this game.
Oh, yeah?
It's just guessing.
It's a 50-50 split, but
Yeah.
it's an informed 50. Do you know the chances?
Your odds are way too high.
Do you know the chances of guessing right on a 50-50 split 12 times in a row?
It's a little knowledge.
Astronomically low.
It's a little knowledge. Is the number... Hold on. How many... These are fucking all over.
Well, fucking don't tell me that.
Well, so far, there's been too many overs,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm just
That being over doesn't.
I'm just
That
pissed.
that helps.
Nick, I'm just pissed.
Okay, gotcha.
Is the number of times Denji kicks someone in the dick on screen over or under 9?
9. He kicks Aki in the dick 3 times. He kicks. Oh God, does he kick Katana Man in the dick? I don't think so. He might. No, he does. He kicks Katana Man in the dick after he beats him in a fight. I think him and Aki both kick him in the nuts a couple of times. This feels. You just said they've all been overs, but that might have been trying to gaslight me into that. I don't think it's been 9. Because the only people that he kicks in the dick are Aki and Katana Man. And to him, I don't think he kicks Aki more than 3 times in the dick. Because there's no other men that he fights in season 1. There's Katana Man. There's Aki. There's the Infinity Devil, which doesn't have a dick. And is that, there's like the Bat Devil, which doesn't have a dick.
The mentor.
The mentor?
Like the guy who trains him in
Kishibe?
power? Yeah.
Kishibe? He never kicks him in the dick.
He's got a dick.
That's
all I'm saying.
They never get close enough.
Just saying he's
Dude's
got a
absolutely
dick.
Built different. I'm going to go under here.
Yep.
That's fucking
8. It's 8 times.
Go!
Is the number of times Luffy has lost a fight over or under 8?
Lost the fight. I know he loses to Kaido 3 times. He doesn't really lose to Enel. He loses to Kuma once. He loses so many times in Marineford. He loses to Kuma, Kaido. He doesn't lose to Big Mom. He doesn't fight Big Mom. I know he wins in the battle against Katakuri. He beats Doflamingo. They only battle once, really. I mean, like you could consider like him running away to recover his power for whatever. I'm gonna say under 8.
Let's go.
Did you get one?
Let's go.
That's okay.
It's 10, baby.
10 times?
10 times.
He loses to Kaido 3. I'm trying to find the losses here.
I don't know.
Oh, motherfucking Magellan. Oh, I completely forgot Impel Down, dude.
Let's go, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
No, he does lose a couple.
Is the number of times a sensu bean is eaten in DBZ over or under 25, excluding Yajirobe?
Excluding Yanjiro. Okay.
He has an exclusively beaned up diet.
I straight up, that number is so high to try and think of 25 times a sensu bean has been eaten. That seems like a lot, but they're popping sensu beans like they're Advil in fucking DBZ specifically. There's Cell, Piccolo uses, I mean, they all use them at one point or another. I'm going to go, just because 25 feels high, it feels like aggressively high, I'm going to go over.
Why would you go over if it feels high?
Because it feels like the kind of thing where you would be like, oh, it's 25. It's got to be higher than that.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because that's how it works.
This whole thing
This is logic.
was us trying to get you to watch Link Click.
And now you're going to watch something of my design.
Yeah, it's 37, you fuckwit.
37?
Yeah.
That's so many times.
It's a lot of beans.
And that's without Yajirobe?
It's a lot of beans
That's so
without
many beans.
Yajirobe. Is the number of times someone claps in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood over or under 100? It's a lot of clapping.
That's so fucked.
It's a lot of clapping.
That's so
I wish these would be more fucked.
There's no way to conceptually be like, oh yeah, those 18 times that Ed used out, because it's Ed and then Ed claps, Alphonse claps a little bit later on because he realizes he doesn't have to make a transmutation circle. And I think they're the only people who can clap the two hands together because they're the only two people that ever lost their hands.
You trying to logic whether or not there's more or less than 100 claps in a show.
Their teacher also can clap because she lost the part of her. I don't know. Actually, can she? Does she even use alchemy? I genuinely don't remember. 100 feels ridiculously high, but it's literally the starting process for Ed and Al to do alchemy. And alchemy, there's 60 episodes.
Yeah.
Over the course of 60 episodes, does Ed alone clap 100 times? I'm going to go under here. Why are you like that? Let's go. 100's too clean of a number. 100's way too clean of a number. It's got to be under.
It's 81.
Yes. That's a crazy line. 100's a crazy line for 81.
Wow. And that's all of them.
Let's go.
He got one wrong. That was stupid.
Fuck you, Link Click. Let's go.
That sucked.
That's what we're looking for, baby.
Moving on. Questions, right?
Well, we'll do the question, but I have to assign you homework.
No.
I have to assign you homework.
No.
I gotta.
Wow.
You know what? I don't even know what I want to
What if
assign
I
you.
watch you watching Link Click?
Yeah. You react to my reaction?
Yeah.
Or
All
just-
right. Think. What do you? People get questions cooking while Nick
Okay,
thinks
so
of
this is the
homework.
part of the show where me and Danny poll our live audience, which is now both YouTube members and Patreon watchers. Yes, that's right. We figured out how to stream to both YouTube members and Patreon members, so it actually genuinely does not matter where you subscribe. You can subscribe on YouTube if that's easier for you, or you can subscribe on Patreon if that's easier for you. It's just important for you to know that if you subscribe on Patreon, their cuts are better for us, so more of that supporting dollar ends up in our pockets. But genuinely, both YouTube members and Patreon are going to get the 2 extra videos and the live stream, so do what you want, have fun, enjoy yourselves. This is the part where we get to ask you who watch us live to ask us a question. So, Daniel, do we have any love letters? Salad Skies asks, what's an anime character that you would put in a different universe?
You want to go or me?
Do you have one?
I would put Gaara in Pokemon.
Okay.
I just want, honestly, I'll take literally any Naruto character getting tossed into Pokemon.
Why?
I think the Naruto character would bring a great, hilarious sense of darkness into the Pokemon world.
Absolutely. You'd just be Gaara being like, sand burial, and Pikachu just being like, ah!
That's the thing. They would be Pokemon. If Gaara shows up into the Pokemon world with jutsus, he gets 2, maybe 3 weeks before somebody tries to fucking catch him. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're
So
right.
it's just Gaara eating twigs in the woods because he can't find refuge because all these trainers are trying to put him in a ball.
Can a human go into Pokeball is the real question.
Probably,
And then
but
the real-
Mr. Mime can.
Well, the real problem, oh my God, Gaara has a mega evolution.
Yeah.
Gaara has
the
a mega
fucking
evolution.
Tanuki. Gara just evolves.
He could be
Yeah,
Shikaku.
I guess it is Mega because he can revert.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh my
what I'm
God.
saying. Get Gara in Pokemon.
So he'd
can
be-
you imagine Gara, like, somehow, some way, I know a character would convince him to do a Pokemon battle, and they'd just be like, Gara, do Sand Coffin. He'd be like, shut up! But Sand Coffin!
You better keep those berries coming over here, motherfucker.
Just chomping on orange berries.
Yeah, and it's just like strangling a sand shrew to
Yeah.
death. You just like, you are a pale
That's
imitation
what I mean.
of my
Just,
power.
just sucking the sand out of a hippo down. Like,
It's just like, it's like, your Pokemon will not faint. They will die.
either that or Rock Lee like shows up and he's like, I'll be the strongest fighter here. Beats the shit out of some 13-year-old. And the kid's like, we don't fight. And he's like, what do you mean? And then he like turns around and there's a Machamp looking
It's
at
like
him.
7-foot Machamp just
Yeah.
being like, I'm your opponent.
Just grabs his ankles, breaks both of his knees, drops him. Rock Lee's just, oh,
Why is it always the legs?
please.
Is that fucking Gara?
Yeah, like,
Gara's like, yeah, you should have tried the berries, dude.
yeah, the berry route's a way better with the berries.
With berry route. I'd have to say, if I had to put one character from one universe into another, I would put Ichigo and JJK. So everybody could rest. I would just, because like Ichigo, like Bleach and JJK are the same. And Ichigo would just like kill all the cursed spirits. He would kill Kenjaku, he'd kill Sukuna,
Whoa.
and then everybody could just sleep.
You think Ichigo outscales Sukuna?
Yes.
Oh boy. Wow.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yes. Like Ichigo by the end of the manga is multiversal.
That's intense.
Yeah. Like there's
I'm about to spoil something in 3, 2, 1.
the final boss of Bleach. Yahaba is literally he consumes the the god entity of the universe that's holding all of the 3 universes in their current places.
Wow.
So passively, just by existing, he's keeping the entirety of the multiverse in check.
I had no idea there's a multiverse in
Oh,
Bleach.
there's
That's
I mean,
crazy.
there's Earth, there's Hueco Mundo, there's a Soul Society.
Oh,
yeah, there's multiple dimensions.
I never consider like heaven and hell
Dimensions.
verses.
Yeah,
you know?
but we see in the manga
when
they're
you say-
physical locations.
When you say multiverse, I assume there's like another Ichigo somewhere.
Gotcha,
you know
gotcha,
what I mean?
yeah. But it's like separate dimensions.
Yeah, gotcha. Interesting.
So yeah, I would just send Ichigo to JJK and just be like, Yuji,
Yeah.
take a nap.
Yeah.
He's
fair.
got it, you know?
That's fair.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Tag me in.
Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
Ichigo, like, the thing is, like, the verse equivalization, all that, like, cursed spirits are literally just hollows.
Yeah.
And it's like, he'd be able to see them, and he
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
able to do what he wants, and then it would be done. We'd all be happy. So that's my question.
Can I add one real quick?
Absolutely.
Still Pokemon. I'd put Ash into Digimon and just watch him annoy the piss out of everybody. Or vice versa, anyone from Digimon into Pokemon.
He'd be
and just
horrified.
just have them go. Well, yeah, Ash would be
Horrified.
absolutely horrified by the sheer quantity of guns attached to
There's
animals.
one Pokemon with guns. What,
Yeah.
two Pokemons with guns.
Blastoise?
Blastoise and the fish Revolver. Yeah.
But he's not. He's not that
the octopus
anymore.
cannons one. The octopus,
He doesn't
artillery.
do. He's like just an octopus now.
Octillery.
Octillery was going to have guns. He never did. His like concept art has guns.
Oh, okay.
That's Remoraid was going to be a little revolver, and he's not also. I would love to see Ash get thrown in a Digimon, and the whole time they're like, "We got to stop Agumon or whatever," and Ash is like, "You know, in my world, these fuckers, they're doing our job. Like, these fuckers, they're stopping them for us."
you
Like,
gotta understand where I come from.
yeah, or they're like,
They're working for us.
yeah, they're like Digivolve, and Ash is like, so is he like stuck like that now? Because in my play, they get stuck like that. And it's like, shut up, Ash.
So was that like? Did you need a moonstone for that?
Yeah.
No, he does it.
Just watching Ash try and keep up, and he's
Yeah.
like, yo, where the Eevees at?
Yeah.
Where the Lopunnies at?
Listen. In my world, there's a little cat dog thing.
Yeah.
It turns into like 12 different things for some reason. A lot of fan fiction about them. One of them is the perfect size for human breed. You get it. You get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it? Okay, never mind.
I was like, you just fucking fused with your Pokey guy?
Yeah. And then they're like, is that a fucking rabbit with jeans? Why does the rabbit have jeans?
Yeah. Why is there so much denim?
Yeah, exactly. What part of the evolution scheme here is
Yeah.
Wrangler?
Either that or like, because I think they go into like a digital world, right?
Yeah.
They go into the Digi world.
Digimon is an isekai.
Yeah. So Ash goes in and he's like, whoa. And they're like, yeah, in Digiworld, this happens, Ash. The whole time, they're like, no, keep going. Keep going.
It's just funny how you guys do it. You know?
He's like, wouldn't it be cool if like you didn't have to go into a world or something? Like, this was just the world.
Oh, you're playing video game?
Yeah.
All right. They made a video game about my world.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't have to go elsewhere.
He's like, no, it's fine. But just know that it's just fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's mid, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like, there's like 12 of our games, but yeah, okay. But that's all that we got, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. That's you whenever, that's for those of you who don't know, for those of you who've never spent time with Danny, whenever Danny wants to leave, he just slaps the table and he's like, well, he just pulls at Sarah's sleeve. And it's so funny because Sarah's like, I'm talking. And Danny's like, but I gotta go play Ragnarok.
I'm such a big proponent of the like, all right.
And it's so funny because like 50% of the time everyone ignores it. Like, we'll be like hanging out talking, Danny will be like, well, time to get back to work. And we'll just be like, so Sarah, how is everything? And she'll be like, good. Just be like, well.
Can't wait to do that whole song and dance the second we're done here.
All right, thanks.
All right.
It's getting a little.
Imagine if I did that during the pod. Like, we're not even at Best Boy, and I'm like, all right. Time to get out of here.
Just like a slightly worse version of you comes in to replace you.
Like 40 minutes.
This is annual. We're just losing one letter up the front.
Yeah, next episode's Niel.
Yeah, we're just until we get to L eventually, and then he's just like,
dun, 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 dun.
And the entire podcast is silent because it's just me and him trying to figure out what the next person's gonna say. But that's all that we got, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for being here this week. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure you follow all the social medias. That's like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those kinds of things. If you want to hang out with me and Denny live, you can become both a Patreon member and a YouTube member for $4.99 or $5.99. We have both the same tiers on both Patreon and YouTube, so it's up to you. Outside of that, I don't know, keep up with us on socials, you know? Follow the Weep Commander, follow NTM23, follow D Motta.
3 on TikTok. Follow Danny Motta on YouTube. I'm thinking about breaking out of my anime only reacting niche. I've been jonesing and watched Sky High. Gonna see how reacting to Sky High goes. That's my next big endeavor.
It's an hour-and-a-half movie.
Yeah, I've done movies. I did Nausicaa.
You did a music video for it. You did a music video for Sky High?
Certainly not.
I think you should.
No one watched that Nausicaa video.
You think people are going to watch the Sky High video?
I think they might. Nick.
It is a meme movie.
Yeah,
it's a cult classic. It's very good.
So.
Sidekick. I love it. I love it so much. I love that tinfoil is the thing that's like breaks down that universe.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't
all superheroes have a weakness to tinfoil.
Whoa.
Is that fucking ridiculous?
I like a universal weakness.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
There's like, oh, no. And then because the main character doesn't have superhero powers, the tinfoil doesn't infect him. Wait, no, he finds. Am I thinking the wrong movie?
He gets powers.
Yeah, but the tinfoil doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steel's heavier than feathers. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about either. You never seen this. Never mind. We're leaving now. Goodbye.
Bye.
And now for my next number.